you guys see the video? I saw it recently. That's why it's coming to mind. Of
me.
The guy who does like the Halo multiplayer, like
Yeah.
kill.
Jeff.
And they had one that was cut. That was it was they were recording it during like when Dick Cheney shot that dude. And it's like if you got killed by a shotgun, it would say, "You just got Cheney."
Oh no.
That's all.
Terrible. Well, on that note, welcome back to Bards of New York, the actual play D&D podcast where sometimes we actually play D&D. I'm going to let our esteemed editors decide whether or not they want to keep that in the final cut.
I think it's comedy gold.
I think that's exactly where we should fade to live, is on that conversation. Like, remember when Dick Cheney shot that guy? That's how it should be.
And nothing bad happened to him after that?
That sounds about right.
Hi. This is, I don't know when this is going to be airing. Hopefully, if we can finagle it, sometime in between the first part of what we're tastefully calling the Üthevhenan Sons miniseries. And I would love it to air after that, obviously, but before we've come back in the new year. However, who knows when that's actually going to happen. But whenever you're watching this, whenever you're listening to this, hi, welcome back. We are in for a treat today as we continue the adventure of these two little roguey boys. Yeah, you see, I knew it. Calzone, get out of here. Scram.
I had smoked trout before we started streaming, and now he wants the leftovers.
Father, let me lick the plate, Father.
I even wrapped
Father,
it. No, it's...
I only wish the little bits. Please, Father, give me the bits.
Sweet, tasty morsel of trout.
Yeah, no, get out of here, chump. Before we get cooking, any announcements from you guys? Anything you want to tell your adoring fans who, honest to God, I don't know how much you've been keeping up with the Discord, but like every other day there is a request like, where's Woody and Drew? Where are
Y'all
they?
are thirsty for us, and here's water. Drink up. Hydrate.
And probably with the last stream, and you know what we didn't do? So I'm going to do it at the beginning of this this session. I need a full Drew description of how Keno presents. Because we're going to drop Keno's art at the beginning of last Üthevhenan Sons. And we had a description of what you look like from my end when the Sal napping happened. But now that we're on better terms, I want to hear what Keno looks like from you. So we'll get there in a second.
Yeah.
But anything else from you guys? Any words to the fans?
I just want to address where we are flying by the seat of our pants back to the OG kind of over Zoom Discord video chat. So we're working on making our sound better. So if you guys are listening to this, we're working on it, and it's only going to get better. And it's, it's, as we said last time, it's a little bit of a throwback. So if you're a real one,
come on now,
real one.
You've
not even a real one.
You've all watched the Session Zero from Nightmare Crew, and that shit is about as janky as it gets. And even this is an upgrade from that.
Remember, even when we had just that fucking mic in the middle of the table.
That was ass.
Fucking, you listen to all of Regolus Evolution. It sounds like Dookie Kaka.
It sounds like Dookie Kaka, yeah.
I don't know what we were smoking thinking that was a good idea. It was not.
We knew what we were getting into. We just had the resources we had.
Yeah, we committed. And now...
We can only do it the best we can in the moment.
Yeah.
And what we can promise is that this is going to be some fun. We're going to play some D&D. We're going to virtually touch each other's butts. And
is that a promise?
Or threat.
Every NPC, I'm gonna try to touch a butt. See,
it's just the paw.
Head. Yeah. The paw is in focus, but the head is blurry.
I like that they censored the criminal Calza. He couldn't be on camera. Okay, then I'm gonna do a tasty roleplay warm-up question here today.
Oh shit, I forgot what it was.
What does your character believe is the most important meal of the day, and why?
Okay. Drew, do you want to take this first, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I can go first. It's fine with me.
Okay, hit it, baby.
I would say Keno believes the most important meal of the day is dinner, because it's the last meal. It's the meal before you go to bed. So I always try to make sure you're fueled up, but not too close to bed, because then you don't feel good, and then you don't digest properly. But it holds you over for the night before you wake up and have the second most important meal, which is breakfast.
I hear you. Heard and received.
Here. Mm-hmm. You like that ASMR snapping?
It didn't come through.
Mm-hmm.
It was noise reduction.
Oh, I can hear. Dang it! I was doing like a little.
Nope. A little bit.
Still can't hear it.
Damn it! Oh well. For Sal, definitely, there's a difference between what he thinks the most important meal is and what his favorite meal is. So, the most important meal for him would definitely be. It really doesn't matter the time, but the first meal. It's you're starting off the day, and you have to make sure you have the right protein and it's fuel that first meal, and it really sets the tone for your day. So if you're gonna wake up and have a fucking Bloody Mary and a leftover burger, it means you had a big night before, and you're probably not going to do a lot today. That's fine. But the meal he enjoys the most would have to be like a dinner, because you come together, you talk, and you're all friends then. So that's he loves dinner the most, because it's usually the best kind of food. But he thinks breakfast, that first meal, because it could be a sandwich. You can have a sandwich for it, but that's be first meal is most important.
Yeah. First meal is most important. I'll respond for a character you haven't met yet. Unequivocally, without exemption or change, the most important meal of the day has to be breakfast. You must eat well, you must eat right, or else you cannot get your head on your shoulders correctly. You will not make the correct decisions for yourself and those you are in charge of. Lunch and dinner, of course, can satisfy you, but if you do not begin right, you will not end right.
Hey, who is this guy?
I don't know.
Who is this guy? Who's this fucker? I don't know.
Who's to say? With the roleplay warm-up out of the way, Tarot pull round 2. This is we're going to do some augury for the beginning of the session, and again, whatever card you pull today, after you pulled the Hermit the last time, will be removed from the pool of the Major Arcana draw for the Golden Sentinels as they head into 2025. So, Drew pulled last time. Woody, it is your turn today as we head for session 2 of Üthevhenan Sons. You tell me when.
When?
Fuck. You can't see it.
Oh no.
It's Justice. Justice.
What's this?
Fucking iconic.
Hey, that was Eugen's tarot card.
Oh, well, I forgot that, actually. So Justice, again, this couldn't be more appropriate as you are heading into to try and right some wrongs, to set the record straight on this mission. It's essentially like truth, balance, what it takes to make the scales even, doing the right thing, even if it's the hard thing to do. Not necessarily, the right thing over the good thing. Justice.
Okay. I hear.
If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Ooh, okay. So with the Sword of Justice hanging over us, I say, should we play a little bean footage?
Let's play that bean footage.
The gods are silent. The skies grow dim with disuse. The sun has lost its luster. but our world moves ever faster. Let it be known throughout the Prime that the mantle falls to us, my Üthevhenan, to usher in a new age.
We're back! The bean footage is over. Hang on, just to keep
great,
it.
I love that footage.
Hang on. Woody, your noise cancelling is too strong.
Damn it. I was trying to get my
Simply can't hear anything. Okay. Welcome back to the world and surrounding realms of Regolus Prime. Last session on the special limited series Üthevhenan Sons, Sal had been essentially captured by a faction of the Boranen, the Regents of Shadow, known as Squad Stygian, plus the de facto up-and-coming leader, or the one day to lead, the leader to be of the Regents in general, Corey. Sal was questioned there, inquisited about the potential, the capture of another member of the Regents. I'm not wrong, right? Your cousin, Kalen? But it was discovered that the piece of evidence tying this act to Sal had been a plant by some agency, by some outside agent in the coalition city of Port Bolton. You've made a tenuous peace with the Regents here, and the pair of you, Sal and Keno, are going to work together to find what you can in Port Bolton. You went hunting for a meal. You ended up hunting a strange chimera you found in the Heart Wilds before returning to camp, having a little heart-to-heart with the group, and finding some rest before some strange visions and dreams entered the minds of both of you as you successfully took a long rest. So the camera will pan back down to the Aravel in the middle of this grove as the very first hints of light begin to break over the Heart Wilds. And here, in the thick canopy of trees, even as the sun is rising, the sun's light does not penetrate the forest until much later in the day, as it really begins to crest over the canopy itself. So while the pair of you, both well-trained, rise at dawn, typically you're both early risers, it is still very, very dimly lit here in the woods. And I'll let the pair of you go about whatever morning routine you'd like to, but I will tell you both, from the Aravel, you can hear down in the grove itself some movement and some sounds of like rustling in the grass and almost like gentle digging, as it were.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do?
Drew? You got anything?
Nah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can you guys hear them wrestling right now?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool. That sounds.
They're happy to.
Booty's tweaking.
Nope.
As you can
Can't hear
see
anything.
in the picture.
I'm happy to watch, but
yeah, she's a tweaker. Sal definitely. Right when he gets up, it's part of his routine to do a little bit of meditation. So, you're gonna sit down and take a few deep breaths, and as I do, I'm just kind of playing with that little. How big is the orichalcum?
it's like golf ball sized.
Yeah, just kind of like
Irregular.
Yeah.
Great. Fingering the stone. It as you're playing around with it, remind me what hand your sigil is on.
Oh, I want to say it's the. Oh,
It's on the
I gotta
TikTok
look at my-
somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere on the TikTok. Let me look. Everybody in the look. Longing knowledge. Shit, where is it? Dream. Man, I had better handwriting. Session. When did we get these? Oh, left palm.
Left palm. Okay. Session 2, I believe you got.
The stranger.
Left palm. As you're sort of playing around with the orichalcum, every sort of rotation you do of it, the sigil just sort of thrums in response a little bit. As you're doing that, I think it's going to be Rin, seeing the pair of you awake, is going to sort of come out from the cabin of the Aravel and hand each of you a little wooden sort of earthenware handleless cup filled with a dark liquid, like freshly brewed, very fresh, almost Turkish-like coffee. Morning, Peria.
Morning.
Got a long day ahead of you, so I thought we could start things off right. You know, keep you guys up and energized for the day.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Of course. Both rest well?
Tea's always the best.
Mm-hmm.
Rest was well.
I was surprised on actually how comfortable it is on these Aravels. I never actually slept in one before.
First time slumming it with the rest of us then, right?
You know, I'm going to be 100% honest. I would assume I'd have a bad sleep, but I slept like a baby.
Well,
maybe it's because I had a really long day, but I feeling good today.
Column A, column B.
Did you think we were barbarians?
No, that's not. It always seemed akin to camp. It always seemed akin to camping for me. So, when I've slept out in the wilds, I usually have a stiff back the next morning. But maybe it's because I'm a prissy Linsela boy, right?
Your words, not ours.
It is, but that was rather comfortable.
Good. At least there's
somebody kept
found that.
farting during the night. Who was farting? It was one of yous. I know it was.
Don't look at me.
It's probably you.
Maybe.
If my money's on it, and he just like gestures over to the still sleeping Cantisa, who's like sprawled on the bedspread. Just saying.
She's pretty rank. Isn't that right, Cantisa? This is Cantisa right here.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I can't get any work done with Booty's little like jowl. Oh, it is Cantisa. So at you guys gesturing towards Cantisa, she like, yeah, I'm up. I'm awake. You're not gone yet? You're good morning.
Booty.
Hey, get off of here.
Please.
Both of our animals are being a pain right now.
Get out of here.
At the commotion,
No. Shush.
you can now that you're up, you can see off the ramp of the Aravel in the grove itself. Corey has been going around tracing another shade sigil. Oh my. A shade sigil in the grass. These like symbols tracing outwards into a circle with some almost geometric lines sort of moving in from the circle to the center, at the center of which is placed that the faux Tunalanan icon. Sort of used as a focus there. She's drawing that. And oh my god. Raiko, there we go, heads out of the cabin as well with a little, like a leather-bound satchel slung over his back. Good morning, Varia. Keno.
Morning, Uncle.
Indeed. You feeling up to it?
I am.
Good. I'm trusting you double-fold. Not only to make sure our kin comes home, but that you keep a firm eye on our new colleague. I know you're good for it.
Won't fail you.
That's what I wanted to hear. And for our new colleague,
Aye.
this is an unprecedented alliance, as I'm sure you know.
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
See that it makes it into the history books for the right reasons.
I will do my due diligence. I will do my due diligence. What? I will do my due diligence.
Bames Non's having a strong. Call the ambulance.
Hey, it's morning.
Yeah, it is earlier for you. I'll give you that.
Not much earlier.
No. He hands you this leather satchel. It's not much, but it'll get you boys going and keep you afloat on this journey. Some rations and some mortal funds that we've managed to scrounge over the last few weeks. In case you need to purchase any supplies or bribe any guards, something, whatever it comes to. Do what you will with it, so long as you both return home and with either with our Kaelin or with more information that gets us closer to him. That's paramount. And he sort of gets in, sort of gets close, leans in closer to the pair of you, not hiding it from anybody else, but I need you both to understand. You particularly, Keno. It is of the utmost importance that we figure out what the hell is going on here. But it is of equal importance that the pair of you do not end up under enemy capture. Someone is working against us, the both of us here. And if we lose one of you, they're a great big step further ahead of us than they already are. So if it comes down to it, learn what you can learn and get the fuck out of town. Make your way back to the wood. We'll have some other Boronen scouts patrolling the perimeter, the westward perimeter of the wood, just in case you get to them before you get to us. All right?
Deal.
Good.
Understood.
Now you go check in with your sister. See if she needs anything else or if she's ready to go. And he just sort of like goes back into the cabin. He's clearly... I mean, you would know him, Keno. He was once a much less tightly wound man. And not only can you hear in his voice, but you can see in the way he moves and the way his half cloak is carried on his shoulders that he is just holding a lot of physical tension for whatever set of reasons, but he is much stiffer than he should be. You're making your way down into the clearing? As you move, as the sort of this very early morning dawn light is starting to shimmer through the tree branches, Keno, would you officially describe yourself?
Absolutely. So, you see a 6 foot tall elf. As I said last time, he's got this like chocolatey, bronzy skin color. He's got these grayish green eyes. Dark white hair, it's cut short, giving that Kakashi vibe, not quite the same, not quite as spiky, but in that kind of style.
It's like halfway between Kakashi and young Gojo somewhere, right?
In fact, correct, yeah. He always has his mask on, except for when he's asleep. Oh, asleep. No. But meditating, I guess. He's wearing his full regent's attire, so that leather armor painted fully black. He's got 2 short swords, a little bit of shoulder piece, maybe a cloak to come soon. We'll see.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Will please, Will.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no, it was...
yeah. Don't worry about that.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And anything else I'm missing? Am I missing any piece of this picture for you guys?
I'm also maybe I did ask you to describe yourself last session, but who cares? The fans can eat twice. Who cares?
Yeah. I see, exactly.
Okay, yeah, you head down to this clearing, and Corey is she's just finished up tracing some of the last ridges of this with what looks like, it's almost like a small obsidian dagger that as it digs into the soil, it like leaves an inky trail with it. It's like a really, an extra sharpie, if you will, digging into the ground. So dusts her hands off. Ah, good morning, the pair of you. I trust you are well rested for your task.
Oh, you slept like a baby.
Good. That is more than I would have hoped for you. Is there anything you would ask of me before you begin this?
I don't think so. Just get us there safely, and then we'll take care of the rest.
That I can do.
How close do you think you can get us?
That was what I was about to ask both of you. If you can each picture in your minds while we enact this ritual exactly what you retain and remember of this town. So for you, Keno, based on what you remembered from Sal's description, for you it would be the locale of the town itself. For Sal, it's going to be that the sigil of the Pirin family, that the mansion you saw. If you can retain in your mind these images, it will help us focus much greatly on the Shadow Dance. I am but a conduit for this. 'Tis your vision that opened this door for us. So you will be as much an anchor for us as anything else.
Understood.
Are you ready?
I think we'll be as ready as we'll ever be. Let's do it.
Good. Then please, stand in the center, and each of you hold one side of the idol.
Do we have to say like a chant, like something about flying with dragons to a land apart or something?
I was thinking, what is it? Outwit, outplay, outlast?
Oh.
No.
You're a girl after my heart.
I will do the speaking. I need you both to visualize. Think of the town. Think of your target. And she steps onto the outside of the circle, placing again that dagger in one of the grooves she's already carved. And in Elven, she speaks out. Let the shadows knit in the spaces between. Let us move through our lost joys and our hidden goals, and drive ourselves like a knife to our targets. The dark grooves of the ritual circle start wreathing with shadow again, wending in through the grooves carved towards the pair of you, swirling around your feet, sort of whipping up around you like a storm before they tendril in over your arms, spiraling towards the icon that you're each holding. It swirls, it swirls, it swirls. Each of you, roll me an intelligence saving throw. I have a group number we need to beat.
I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling well. Booty? I swear to
22?
God.
Okay. And what did you get, Woods?
11.
Hey. The group DC that I needed to give the percentage advantage was a 30. So I'll take a 33, baby. I'll take that. Okay, so you each, again, Keno, you've scouted around here before. You've seen the records. You know where this town is. You can picture that long curved bay with the city sitting on it. Sal, you can see that image, that crest, both in books about noble families and on the cloak on the vision you saw. So as these shadows wend around you, I'm going to roll a percentage die with advantage. Oh! It was a 61 and a 91. So with that 91, you are consumed by this darkness, wending through like almost a negative image version of the Prime, giving like Harry and Tom Riddle in the end of the final battle of Hogwarts, speeding together because you're like merged as one being, one shade, flickering through trees, darting through the wood, bursting out into the sun in the early morning of the very eastern chunk of the mortal states, the coalition, right on the edge of the Heart Wilds, speeding through fields, darting across roads, dipping under the large pillars that hold up the rail line before landing in a dimly shaded space. As you both materialize back out of shadow, you find yourself in a chamber. There's a roof over your heads. These arched openings with columns separating them, veering out, looking out onto a city. It is here that you can tell, just by looking out these archways with the way the light is streaming in, that you have quite the vantage point, as you are much higher than the bulk of the rest of the city. It is clear that you are in some sort of tower. And looking out and down towards the north, you can see to the west. Calzone, are you serious? You're not getting any of that. There we go.
Please, I request the fish. Father. Father, do not deny me my prize, Father.
You get no prize, Cal.
Father.
Enough.
You break my heart.
Don't unplug my shit? Okay. To the west, you can see the beautiful Cerulean Ocean. The westward ocean, glittering in that early morning light. Immediately, as your eyes scan from left to right, there is that huge dock, essentially the docks that span the entire breadth of this city, populated with a ton of ships already locked in. Give me 1 second. My son is being an absolute menace. Hey!
They wanted to be part of the stream.
Chump. No,
I had to put my cat out.
Crazy person. Get lost.
Yeah, the dog's supposed to scratch at the door and bark at me if I close the door, so... River's fine. Look at he's just chilling right there. He's good chill. It's this crazy girl right here who is crazy. Yeah,
all right.
I'm talking about you crazy girl.
These bustling docks. Oh god, now he's fucked up my headphones. There we go. Truly, like spanning the bulk of the width of the city. Just one of the biggest dockyards I think either of you have ever seen. Just with all kinds of different classes of ships. A lot of small fishing boats. A number of like merchant frigates or schooners, along with a couple huge noble house vessels with their sails folded up, so you can't see what livery that are adorning these sails. But these are some of the biggest boats that are not military vessels, but are the private like fleet heads of these noble houses. Those are more on the northern side of the docks. And then, of course, as your eyes continue panning, you see the city of Port Bolton. It looks to be mostly divided into 3 kind of segments. The one that's sort of closest to you, if you were to like peer down the base of the tower, that sort of veers here along the eastern ridge of the town, is kind of, it's clearly like business and military district. We're looking at a lot of squat, wide buildings that are good for administrative work, a couple barracks. You can see the coalition consulate, which is a building with a smaller tower, that classic sort of, I don't know what the style is I'm looking for, but it's like a wide flat building with a rectangular tower off of it, nice chimney up top, that is the iconic building structure for any of the consulates throughout the Mortal States Coalition. Then in the sort of middle of the town, where connected to the docks that have all the smaller fishing boats and the some of the smaller merchant vessels as well, is the standard residential district and the what I would coin the lower middle class district. A lot of smaller houses, a lot of little shops and smaller markets here and there. Your inns, your brothels, all of the bread and circuses of the town, so to speak. And then the northern wing of the city is the high class district, and there you can see a lot of. There's a section of really packed in close together buildings with some alleyways linking them. You can see from this vantage point, and sort of raised a little bit with their own private docks are the biggest, chunkiest buildings you can see. These manors and mansions, the noble quarter, where it's huge chunks of walled-off private land with these big, ostentatious buildings, including the one closest to the sort of dividing line between the lower middle-class district and the high-class trade district, is that very strangely shaped manor with the two vestibule buildings and the main central building with that glass dome at the top of it that was seen in your vision. It's almost entirely across the town from you. The building you are currently in, sort of unclear at first, until you hear bong, 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 bong. It is a big clock bell tower that you have arrived in, and you are clearly in some observatory viewing platform somewhere above the bell chamber.
That was loud as fuck.
Yeah. You can feel it with your feet vibrating. The only other thing I'll say before I shut up is that as you look out across this city, not to get too real world with it, but the stylistic design of this city is something akin to Florence, really. The building materials are really well smoothed out brick of a light sandy color. You have lots of well shingled orange-red terracotta sort of stucco roofs all over the place. This is clearly a town where wealth is funneled and where people with wealth are meant to go. But unlike Phaleria, Sal, this is not tightly knit. This is sprawling and has a much heavier coalition presence.
Here.
Much heavier vanguard presence. So, as the pair of you have arrived at 5 a.m. atop this bell tower, you can see across the city your target mansion in sight. What do you want to do?
I guess that's our objective way down over there. Just want to start weaving our way through the city and making our way and see what kind of information we can pick up along the way.
Okay. Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay.
All right. If you want to do a quick roleplay, I'm going to give Booty something that'll shut her up for a bit. So give me 2 seconds.
What I'll have you do, because there's something I want to tell the both of you as you're heading down. First of all, are you going to do any scouting from up here on the bell tower? Or are you going to just head straight down?
Yeah, I was going to ask if I could see anything or what was going on from out here.
Depending on what are you looking for?
How far away is our destination? Like, could I only see the building, or could I see anything going on around?
It's a good ways away, like an easy, let's call it like hour, like 90 minutes if you're fucking hoofing it, 2 hours if you're taking it slightly more leisurely than that. You could try and like I spy something at this distance. It would just be a slightly higher DC.
Okay, then I guess what I would love to look for is like the optimal path to that destination.
Perfect. Then I'll have you roll me an investigation check. Because it's not just like looking at the city, you're like scanning it, trying to plan. Oh, no fucking way.
First roll? Not first roll.
Second. I think. Second? Yeah.
Sure.
Man. Hey, I turned the game on easy mode playing with Drew.
I gotta get you.
I don't
Drew.
do it on purpose. It just...
That's how it happens. Again, I've said it 1,000 times before. Spoilers for Evolution. You're the player who gave Halifax a place on this plane, and you were being rewarded kindly for it.
That is true.
You should say them.
So,
Because this is also not how I rolled when we first started playing D&D back in the day.
No, yeah.
Not at all.
Amarog? Amarog was a...
I remember.
It was a terrible roll.
I remember how that ended. Yeah, so I'm going to say with that, you can see that if you get down from the bell tower, you're going to need to quite quickly exit the business district and get into the sort of the low class district. Just sort of take a diagonal shortcut through some of the markets up into the back end of the high district, the high noble district, to then move your way through that tight cluster of buildings, whether it's, shops or otherwise, whatever that is, to then get to a vantage point across the way from the noble quarter. Is there any investigation you want to do, Sal, while you're up in this bell tower? Before you venture down?
How long are we spending up here?
You cut up mid-sentence there.
How much time are we spending here? Like a short rest worth of time?
I mean, if you want to spend another hour here until we hit 6 a.m., you could. You have the means. You'll know when it's 6 a.m.
I just was looking at my inventory, and I want to make some more poison.
You don't look at me. Talk to each other.
Keno, is it okay if we just camp out for an hour real quick? I realized I should have done this back last night, but I was just looking forward to a nice soft bed. So give me an hour. I'm just going to make something up real quick, okay?
Understood.
Okay.
All right.
And you don't need to roll anything for this, right? You just make chef.
Check. I don't think I've actually made it on stream. I've exhausted the amount that I had before. So give me 2 seconds. Second grades. I've already given poison. Proficiency in the poisoner's kit. So I don't actually know how. I guess I just roll poisoner, and you take the. You take the vibe.
I don't know. I think if you're making the poison, it takes an hour to make. You make a vial of poison.
Nice. Yeah.
If you want to roll me a percentage die to see if you've got any extra, I'll allow it. But you were going to ask me something, Drew. What was it?
Oh, just the hour of the day is like, when is daylight going to be?
Hang on one second. Daylight is in here because you're on the bay is very immediate to you.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves, roleplay for a second, because I've got to deal with Calzone. Calzone just scraped shit all over the carpet.
Oh no!
I'll be right back.
Okay, well I got that roll, and I rolled well. I think I made some good ass. So as we're sitting there, just kind of looking over the city and making poisons. Keno, are you just asking? I just make conversation. What do you like to do? Do you have any hobbies other than this shadow stuff and hunting down dastardly doers?
I mean, that's the main hobby. I like to do that, but I guess I like to read.
Oh, well, what kind of books?
I like to look at ships, different kinds.
You look at ships?
Different maps.
Ooh,
yeah,
maps.
I would love to one day do an ocean exploration.
Oh, like go find some new world or something like that. Underwater exploration.
Awesome. On top of the water. I haven't thought about underwater. That'd be kind of cool as well.
I feel like there's not a lot of shadows on the water, though.
I mean,
No, but that would be during a time when I wouldn't need to be doing this, or maybe the shadows aren't necessary at that time in my life.
I hear you. What's the best book you've ever read?
Best book I've ever read. I would have to say an atlas.
An atlas?
So much you can learn. There's just different maps and different information that you can memorize, really.
I like that.
And that's real world books, but I guess if we're talking of fiction, I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite fiction book quite yet. I don't know if I found a good one. How about you?
Hobbies. I don't consider myself much of a cook, but I do enjoy the process of it. So there's that. I like animals. I like horses. I've always liked them as a kid, but I don't know. At Keno on, they didn't really give you much time to develop hobbies. So now I'm just kind of want to try some on now that I'm out of there.
I can relate with that.
Yeah. So I just want to maybe I'll go look some atlases. I mean, I do like looking at maps, but I've never really looked at maps for enjoyment. Like for the purpose of enjoyment, it's more like, oh, I gotta look at this and it's a cool map, you know. But I'll take a look at that. I like that idea.
Yeah, you should definitely try it. I should also take a look at cooking skills from here on out. I can learn a few things.
I'm good at eating. I'm not good at cooking.
Well, you can learn.
Oh, yeah, I guess I
always
can,
get better.
can I?
And also, being a good eater can lead to being a good cook.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're right.
right.
I can taste delicate flavors.
There you have it.
You're muted, Will.
You're muted.
What did I miss?
We were talking about books, and just our hobbies outside of this.
Hobbies.
I realize that we don't have a lot because we're both military kids.
Yeah.
We're trained military children, yes.
From jump, pretty much.
Yeah.
Literally.
Wow.
My hobby is a nicotine addiction.
And by nicotine, I mean poison.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
I got I'm assuming it's intelligence saving, like an intelligence-based skill, poison making.
Yeah, but I was just asking you to roll a percentage die.
Oh, percentage die. Oh well. Sorry, 19. My
Wow,
percentage
it
die.
stinks in this room right now. I'm having a great time.
A stinky boy.
Mm-hmm.
Again. I think, didn't I roll a 3 last time?
On percentage, maybe.
You did.
On percentage, I rolled another.
You did 003.
There ain't none extra, Brev. You don't get none. You have your one vial.
I don't get
No.
one vial.
You get your one vial, but you don't have.
Oh.
You know how like you go to an old-fashioned diner and they make you a milkshake, and the good diners will bring you the steel container with the little extra milkshake as well.
Oh God!
You don't have that this time. No extra. But yes, I said to you, Keno, that the daylight is here and ready, and it wouldn't be dark for another easy 12 to 14 hours. But there are a lot of alleyways. You know, you're currently in dim light under the awning of the bell tower, and now you have your route. So, what is the plan?
I'm going to follow you then through the markets.
Went through the route that I found.
All right.
Okay.
Let's travel a distance apart from each other, just not to attract any eyes. And I'll just tail you. Question: Vanguard activity in this?
As I said, considerably more increased than Valeria. This is a well protected, high coalition support city. One of the major cities. There's I forgot to mention, near the eastern wall, somewhere essentially a building that is wedged kind of in between the high district and the low mid district is a major train station, one of the big stations along the coalition rail. A lot of transit in and out of this city because, again, other than Phaleria, which is a trading hub, this is like a true naval trading center.
All right.
But to that end, I was actually going to ask the pair of you, I think the pair of you both would know, given your history, this is a city that is particularly unkind to members of the Üthevhenan. There is a lot of indentured servitude that happens here that gets like kind of brushed under the rug, and a lot of very pro-mortal anti-Üthevhenan sentiment held by not just the populace, not just the local government, but by the nobles who do a little more than the actual government does. So use that information as you will, moving through the city.
All right. I do.
The racists.
Yeah.
God, in 2024.
In
I guess it really isn't
1013.
2024, is it? You're right. It's
Nudge you a little bit, and kind of point towards the train station. Like maybe that's our ticket out of here if we can. If we can get out of here in a quiet manner.
Sounds intelligent to me.
Never ridden a train.
Keep that in mind.
It'll be fun.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah. Just been doing that tree travel. What's it called again, Will? The tree traveling?
You're asking me for my notes that are in a different notebook.
Oh,
It's okay. The tree traveling.
Where you get shot like lightning out of the tree.
tree striding?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, it's not tree. It's that you would again know about this, or anybody who spent time in the Heart Wilds. But that the Gethijarel, the gathering storm above the above Üthevhenan, is used to take and transport like groups of people, troops, whoever, to anywhere within a certain mile radius of the Heart Wilds. And you have used that a lot as a Linsila.
Yeah. And even that little shadow teleportation gave me a tummy. Never sits well in my.
You get used to it.
I've
at least.
been zipping around here and here most of my life, so I'll say hopefully I get used to it because it's not pleasant. Is it?
It isn't. Not at first.
I could watch this. I could watch like two different assassin banter for a long time. Okay, we're making it down the tower.
The only way to go is.
Oh, before we go down, sorry. Was there anything in the vicinity? I've neglected to check the area around it.
Just like this
Like
little
in the
viewing
tower?
platform. So
Yeah.
there's a little hatch that clearly leads to the inside of the tower, and some railings, probably a little bit of like trash from people who have come up here and done some things, like some empty, small couple empty liquor bottles or maybe a wine bottle or two, but nothing else immediately. You could, if you want to like do a really thorough check. I mean, you have been up here for an hour. You guys could roll me an investigation, but it's up to you guys.
I was making stuff for an hour, so I wasn't.
I mean, I could have checked while you were making that, so I'll do it. really
Yeah,
quickly.
let's do it.
Investigation. I think that is a. 19.
19? On one of the, you know how I've said that there are these like arched openings that you can see down into the town, sort of ringing this square-shaped thing, all separated by these pillars. On one of the pillars on the inside, facing you guys, there is something that has been scratched into the stone. It is an 8-pointed star, which is mainly a 4-pointed one, it's sort of like a compass star, but with but not a compass, like just an 8-pointed star, with a little crescent moon in the middle of it.
What is that?
We recognize it?
Can either what languages do you guys know?
I know.
Common, Elvish, and Thieves can't.
Yeah. Common, Elvish, Thieves can't, and I haven't talked if
And what?
or if it's gonna be celestial,
Ah.
or if like the Oric, because I was thinking the Orichalcum gonna do. So
Yeah. Give me one.
So Draconic, Elvish, and Thieves can't.
Thieves can't?
Yeah, both of us.
That's what I was looking for. I didn't hear that. The mic has been fucky. Yeah. So this is absolutely a modified Thieves Can't symbol. I don't remember the exact way that Thieves Can't works. Let me just briefly rules pit stop it. Wow, this room, I cannot tell you how much this room stinks. Yeah, it's. I'm really like having to focus on our story here because.
You want to pause? Like we can.
No, I've cleaned everything.
Pause.
I've cleaned everything. There's nothing to do. It stinks now.
He's just a stinky boy.
Those windows open?
No, I don't want to do that because I'll bust out the fucking screen again. I'm going to say that this is... We're going to call it like almost like a version of hieroglyphics here. Like you can kind of translate what this symbol means using Thieves Can't. You can recognize the way it's been etched, the directionality of it. This is... You don't know what this means necessarily, but you know that this symbol stands for simply the one word, Black Star.
Okay. I'll let Woody put that away in his brain.
Mm-hmm. But that's it. That's the only real point of interest in this little vestibule, this viewing chamber. Now the question I have for you.
I'm gonna copy that down.
Oh, you like trace it, like do a little.
Yeah.
So let me.
Nice.
It's with the star inside it, or the crescent moon inside it. So if I'm gonna use my little.
Oh, inside the star.
So it's like, hang on.
It's not a. I guess mine does kind of look like a religious symbol.
Looks like it looks like one of those white girly tattoos. Those, you know.
Oh, I'm gonna lose my mind here. I shouldn't have turned on my blur, and now if I turn off my... You know what? I'm going to turn off my blur. I'm going to pause the recording. Here's what's going to happen. When everything magically comes back, it's going to be fine. Okay. Unpause.
Give your little snowman squishmallow back there. Oh,
That's what we're dealing with.
All right. I see.
And it's not a snowman.
Mend my doodle.
It's a s'mores. The little s'mores.
Oh, that's so cute. Is that a cat? Supposed to be a cat toy, or is it just like
this is an Emily toy.
Oh, she needs her enrichment.
Goddamn right. Okay, are you guys attempting to go down through the inner workings of the clock tower, or are you going to? Because I will say, after this hour, you've just gone through the 6 bells, bong, 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 bong. Rippling through not just the tower but the city at large. Are you going to go down the hatch and through the tower, or are you going to attempt to surreptitiously scale the outside?
I feel like we don't need to do scaling the outside. That may just draw attention to ourselves.
Well, either way, I mean, there could be people in the tower as well.
But we could just sneak past them. Where if we're just two
That's fair.
jackasses hanging on the side of the building, that people are going to see us, right?
True.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So let's just head down the hatch and down the stairs and act like we belong there.
Okay. So you open the hatch, leads into the dark, down this ladder, and stop me if you're not going where I'm describing. But you go down this ladder, onto a wooden platform that opens up sort of immediately into the inner workings, this hollow dark, hollow chamber that is the whole breadth of the tower. But immediately, this wooden platform extends out to this great brass bell with a large rope coming off of it. And as it was essentially just rung, the bell ringer is still gathering her supplies. She's this looks like a pretty jacked halfling woman. She's in a worker's smock, like a tank top, almost with an apron on. Corded musculature, very calloused hands. She's just gathering her satchel and her supplies to head down. As you guys come down the tower, where the fuck did you come from?
We were, this is embarrassing, isn't it?
How long you been up there? Do you have a visitor's pass?
Here's what happened. I kind of like get closer to kind of like, we just were looking for a place to have a private moment, and my partner here proposed a beautiful view, so we're just heading down. We're gonna go and hang out down over there. So, so apologies. We just wanted a nice view for a special moment.
Roll me a massive deception check. Also, Drew, I think your camera has gone into Hell Zone.
Oh, he's good on my end.
Oh, so it's just me?
It's just you. Oh,
that's great. Yeah, it's looking like a trouble on OBS. That's for sure.
Oh,
and on my Discord.
Could you turn off your camera?
Did it get like really grainy and like
it's like
pixelated,
super glitchy and like in little tiny squares?
Yeah, that happened last time, but it happened to Woody, and then it went away.
That solved. Perfect. Amazing.
Yeah, done. Easy. I got for a deception a total of 15.
She squints at the pair of you.
I it's like squeeze kind of a little bit harder to sell it.
You don't look like happy nuptials.
Do you have any rings on your finger or anything?
I have one. I have a 6 on one of my fingers.
Okay. Is there a way? I have a ring. It doesn't look beautiful, but can I sleight of hand put that?
I'm gonna say she got a 19 on insight. She is already sus as fuck right now.
Well, I mean, on her happy nuptials comment, I'm like, hey, who are you to say that what happiness looks like? I find that rude. Excuse me.
Don't show lots of emotion either.
I'm
upset.
It's not my forte.
You stay right the fuck here. I lost. She was Northern. Hang on. Did you know this? You stay here. Yeah. I'm gonna go. The consulate's hearing about this right now. Where the fuck you come from? She scrummages around in her bag and whips out a tiny civilian's crossbow, essentially. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Okay? Hey, there's no need for that. There's no need for that.
There's going to be no need when the consulate hears about this. You stay fucking put. And she starts backing down to the wooden stairs.
I'm gonna steady aim, throw a singularity at her.
I was gonna also do something as well. I just didn't want to.
What are you doing? When I see her
pull out the crossbow, I've already grabbed my short sword. What is behind her?
It's the beginning of a wooden staircase with no railing that goes all the way down, circling down the whole bell tower.
Okay.
You're pulling out the sword. Hey!
As soon as she pulled that out,
we can take this the easy way or the hard way.
You chose the hard way, and I'm eating.
Okay, all three of these things are going to happen at once. What are you doing, Keno?
I wanted to jump behind her.
Okay, you're gonna try and So what I need.
Yeah.
First of all, can all of you give me essentially? Let's do a faux initiative order. We're not gonna do full combat, but we are gonna go action economy, just so I can see the order of these things happening. Because what she's gonna do is shoot the bell with her crossbow to try and get the bell to smack into both of you.
Oh. How big or small is this bell?
It's big enough
For a crossbow to move it?
She's trying it.
All right. Hey, hell yeah, girl.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if she's big brain in this one, but
And can I be clear? I wanted. This is a pit stop. Is
No,
it possible?
absolutely not.
All right. Well, I'm just
You
making
are-
her brain explode.
If you hit somebody with this, you are trained to melt people's brains and leave no evidence.
Well, I was thinking maybe I could give her just like the worst concussion in the
Simply
whole world. that she
not an
has
option.
CTE.
Nope.
Sorry. Well, at least you don't have to live with CTE. So
She got a fat 10 on initiative. What did you guys get?
14.
14?
I got sorry, I didn't do the math. A dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay.
Mhm.
And what did you get, Sat?
14.
Oh, 14. Okay. So it's going to go Keno, Sal, Bellringer. So you're attempting to, leap over and behind her?
Yes.
Okay. To do that, to do all of that, I'm going to say that would be an action and your movement.
That's fine.
To do a leap like that. So let me get an athletics check. You could be athletics or acrobatics. I'd allow either.
I'm gonna go with. See what's better. Athletics. 24.
24? Okay. You get the bell ringing rope and swing on it, jump up in the air and sort of turn around in the air, land behind her, the flat edge of your short sword pressed against her back. Do you have anything for a bonus action, or are you just stanced up there?
Oh yeah, what can I do? Let's see. I can't do anything, so that's good. We're good there.
Great. So you're there. Sal, you've just watched that. What are you doing?
I'm throwing my singularity bonus action, steady aim to get that sneak attack. Attacking. I think I hit her. That's 21.
You hit
Anyway.
almost double.
All right, that sucks. I don't feel good about what I'm about to do, but here we are.
She is a civilian.
3d6. She is. But she was probably racist, so here we are.
Sure.
And we're assassins, so there's that.
Damn it!
How many?
That's a lot of damage. That's 12.
12?
21.
21 points of damage.
21 points of psychic damage.
You flip over, you press the sword against her back. She can't go anywhere as this singularity disc ripples over towards her, hits her square in the chest, and blood spurts out of her nose and ears, and she slumps back against you, Kenna.
Fuck. Ah, shit.
She's dead.
Deceased, no longer.
All right.
Wow.
Well, let's make things.
She
a lot
had
more
10 hit
complicated.
points.
Fuck.
It's like they'll need a new bell ringer.
Best case scenario, we can hide the body, and that was the end of her shift, and the new shift starts at 7 o'clock. Worst case scenario, we have an hour before they realize the bell's not ringing, and they realize something's wrong. So we got to move fast. Here. Can we? I mean, it's up a ladder. Can we like drag her body up a ladder to put it up in that Black Star area?
It will take a little time. It will take 10 minutes to get her up there, but yeah.
How strong are
Is there
you,
any
Keno?
other? Wait, hold on. Let's check and see if there's any other hidden compartment somewhere before we go dragging someone back up.
Oh my god.
Well, there aren't any hidden compartments. But as you look around the clock tower, not just down, but sort of around, there are a large set of gears that turn the clock face.
Or we
That
could.
sounds messy.
What also is messy, but could also. She could make it look like an accident.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, she could have a fall, make it look like an accident.
You're right.
Oh, I hate this. I don't like this at all. Can we like? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Damn it! I don't want to come up with it.
Okay. What I was gonna say is, if we tie a rope around her and we lower her onto something, she's laying across it. It looks like she fell. We're good.
Look over the edge. I look over the edge. Is there anything? People down there? Like, does it go all the way to the bottom of the tower?
All the way to the bottom of the tower.
Are there people, or are we
not right now?
Like we're alone. All right. Oh fuck!
Should we just push her down there?
Yeah, but let's take her. I take her stuff, and I'm trying to arrange it to make it look like she wasn't thrown. Look at me and have it look like she slipped on something. I don't know, have a rolling pin on the ground. Does she have anything that she could have slipped on over?
There's a piece of wax paper in her bag that has little particles of fish on it from the market.
Oh, fuck. Let's just make a mess. Think so, Keno? Let's make a mess, and let's just get ready to push her over and get the fuck out of here.
Okay. What I will need, one of you can lead this, and the other will be helping. So one of you can roll this with advantage. I need a sleight of hand check to make sure this looks good.
I'm a rogue, has my sleight of hand. It's a +7, and I'm proficient.
And so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I have my knack. If I can,
Oh,
use
yeah.
it, so let's go with me.
Yep. So you go.
Yeah. Proficient. So I have advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll the 16 +7 is a total of 23.
Okay. You're able to, set the wax paper down a little bit. You put a couple of her items still up here, throw a couple off with her in a sort of order. And because I'm hearing this correctly, you want to make it look like she slipped and fell all the way down the tower, right?
Yep.
So couple items here, couple items off with her, and then you just yeet this bell ringer's body.
Oh no! I want to make a point. Can we find the bolt that she shot and reload it?
She never shot it. She never
shot it. Okay, that's all I needed to hear. Oh!
She splats into a series of pieces on the hard stone floor of the bottom of the bell tower. You're gonna have to walk past your handiwork, because this is an easy let's call it at minimum 120 foot tall bell tower. This was a tall thing, and she is splayed out with some of her items on the floor, head crashed in. But it's 10 past the hour. What are you doing?
All right, we need to move. Let's get out of here before anybody else shows up.
Okay.
I would say as quickly and as stealthily get out of here. And get to the markets.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to ask you, so we can streamline this travel. As I discussed before, at a quick pace, it would take you at least 90 minutes to get from where you are to through the markets up to the edge of the noble quarter, really, with a good vantage point on these mansions. If you were taking it slightly slower and more carefully, it would be about 2 hours. And if you want to make it in about an hour, you're going to have to play fast and loose, like pushing through crowds and making not a scene, but risking notice. How are you trying? There are 3 options before you here.
My thought is, we made it look like an accident as much as I don't want to attract any more attention to us. I'd say let's err on the side of inconspicuous.
I agree.
So more stealth and speed.
Okay.
And as we're heading down the stairs, I take out 10 gold, and I give it to you, Keno, because I don't know if you have gold.
We just were given money by Rego.
Well, then I just communicate, let's buy something in the market at some point. Just so it doesn't look like we're just moving through, like we're blend in.
Okay. Are you guys...
Sal. Sorry. Do something here. I'm going to take my mask off. Tell anyone I did this, will die.
I have no idea what you mean by that, so lips are sealed, baby.
I have this
lips
mask
are sealed. Oh, yeah, I don't know what the significance of the mask is.
Yeah. Don't worry, I don't want you to see my face. Well, now you see it, but no one sees my face. And I'm just going to tie the mask so that it covers the tips of my ears around my head.
That's what I was going to ask. Perfect.
I ruffle my hair so it's covering my... I don't have very pointy ears anyways.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I ruffle my hair.
You're still, particularly with your ears exposed, Sal, you're still visibly not a human.
Yeah, I look more elven than human.
So, here's how we're going to play this. It sounds like you're taking this slightly more leisurely, so we're going to it's going to end up in that time frame somewhere between 90 minutes and 2 full hours to get there, particularly if you're stopping at the market. Can I get a stealth check from each of you?
Yep.
So you move your way through this sort of the end chunk of the business district that surrounds the bell tower. So you head out into the early morning light. You can hear now down on the streets the bustle of this city. This city is active. Port Bolton is up and early. You can hear bells and the sound of wood scraping against wood all the way over by the bay and the dockyard. The people are bustling around you even as you move into the much more densely packed lower class district. There are people moving, shuffling. Carts are being dragged places to and from the market. Children are wailing. People are slopping buckets of waste out into the street. This is a busy, busy city with a lot of curious eyes roving everywhere. What do those stealth checks say?
24 for me.
27.
27? Great. Particularly with your ears covered, you're able to just sort of not even keep your heads down, but just keep your eyes on the prize and keep moving. You're able to fairly quickly match the frenetic pace of the city in a way that isn't going to cause ire by you like, I'm walking it, get out of my way. You're not going to have anybody moving against you like that, but you're also not going to cause anyone to do the same to you. You're matching pace.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike... please.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was going to say on the way. I would say I'm looking to buy a thing of apples.
Brilliant.
Or like the equivalent prime fruit.
Easy. I was going to say, unlike Phaleria, which has the one central market square, this is within the lower class district particularly. There are lots of little open window stall shops and smaller carts just placed around various roads, different streets with lots of competing venues side by side, people hawking their wares from windows at the top of buildings, inviting you to come inside. So you can pretty much find anything here. If it is legal and tradable in the mortal states, somebody will be selling it here at various prices.
One short day in the port of Baltan.
We're going to save that for the Sapphire City when you guys eventually get there.
You're right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's the real deal.
Sapphire City. One short day.
Yeah, that'll be sick.
Full of civilians to kill.
Fuck, no, I don't open this can of worms. Fuck, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to say that probably about 30 minutes in, you're sort of well in your way within the lower class district and are passing by a good number of market stalls. That there's probably at least one or two fruit vendors with some apples for you to, or like, don't look not super fresh. You don't know where these were imported from because Port Bolton is not known for its orchards or fruit growing land. But some just say that, come, buy your fresh fruits. Buy your tasty treats for baking or eating or snacking, anything you like. Yes, you two look like you have refined palates. What can I interest you in? One for the road?
I'll take 6 of those apples right there.
6 apples, yeah.
And the best ones you got, and I put a gold piece on the table.
A gold piece?
Gold piece, 1 gold piece.
I see. I found the right customers today. Very discerning connoisseurs. You see, these were grown in the finest region, way up in Redmount. You see, their trees, they're hardier for the higher altitude. You know, they lend a very rich flavor to these fruits. They won't come cheap, won't come cheap. Just these 6, these fine, delicious red-green beauties. That'll be 15 gold for you.
15 gold.
15 gold. I see your
insight check on his quality on the.
Yeah, you can roll me an insight check. You placed a gold piece on a low-class merchant stall.
Yeah, and
you're in finery, my guy.
I'm not in finery. I'm in an outfit.
This guy's in fucking burlap.
You're right, actually.
That's a 14.
Right.
14. You know those apples you get at the supermarket that you pick them up and they feel a little sticky?
I'll say, I'll be generous. Those look like they're about worth 5 gold. So take it or leave it.
I am wounded. Yeah, roll that. Wounded. That you would insult the quality of Redmount's finest fruit.
Hey, I rolled my little honey dice and I got a B, so that's a natural 20. So
natural 20?
You die. You get 5 gold.
Well, I suppose, to stop you from slandering me, I will take your 5 gold pieces.
Right, thank you. I give him a 5. The one, that's a tip. So he gets 6 in total.
The second that one was put on the counter, he Fagin, swink, yeah. But he snatches the 5 gold. Oh yes, take them. He just throws the apples. Most generous. You'll have a delightful meal ahead of you. You could try making them into a pie.
Thanks.
What's the best looking apple there?
There's one slightly more green than it is red that's looks almost like it's been dealing with some GMOs. It's like just a big apple, but again, it still has that slightly sticky texture to the outside of it.
Oh, while Sal's talking to him, I want to take it.
Again, fat sleight of hand.
Nice. That's a 25.
25? I'm pretty sure. Let me just check.
That apple's fucking gone.
He crit failed on the perception check, so he's like, "Oh, well, you try baking them into a pie," and you just. The apple was never there. Actually, he never had an apple like that. So yeah, you now have this satchel of 6 apples, a Thicky Thickums apple, and potentially an alibi. Please.
I would just put I'm putting that. I kind of as we're walking.
You keep cutting out mid-sentence a little bit. It might be your noise canceling.
Damn it! I think I'm far away.
Yeah.
I'm too far away. We'll bring it closer. I had it further away because I didn't want my fan to be heard. Is that better?
Yeah.
Your fan's not gonna get heard. Your fan's not gonna get heard because of the sound, the noise canceling.
You're right. Now the noise canceling. All right. The crisp canceling. All right. Well, I'm now better. I just kind of under my breath say this is in case we need to steal a horse. They're shitty apples, and I just
Great. You continue making your way through the low-class district, away from the markets and more into. There are a lot of different, like, shitty little inns and taverns, along with essentially all of these buildings, for the most part, have varying degrees of that same sort of roof style, that, like, the terracotta shingles. Some of these ones have some, like, a little bit of shingling near the top and then some thatched roof coming down, particularly as you enter this. Something that borders a little bit on a slum, honestly, with how close together these houses are packed as you get through the market towards the more northeastern side before crossing over a little mini river that runs through as the barrier between the low-class district and the high trade district. As you cross this bridge over the high trade district, it's just been probably an hour and change, an hour and 15 minutes, and the 7 a.m. bell does not ring.
cool. Fuck.
So, using Keno's guidance, you begin making your way through the back end of the high trade district. Now, these buildings all have fabulously thatched, shingled roofs, terracotta shingled roofs. But as you've come up the bridge on the more eastern side of the high trade district, these are really tightly packed together buildings that all have their storefronts facing outwards, facing westwards, so that the network of alleys that links the back of the town, links through the back of these trading buildings are not seen by the wealthier public. No one wants to see where the sausage gets made. No one wants to see where the refuse from the high-end butchery goes. So you're wending through these alleys of essentially high-end refuse, like boar's heads and fish guts and the alley cats sort of scrounging through scraps. Some people who have made their way from the low-class district and are now sleeping in these alleys unseen by the guards. However, though there was coalition presence in the main bulk of the city, now in the high trade district, there are lots more guards you're seeing patrolling. Some of them will every now and then peer into the alleys, but with your stealth checks from before, both of them were above a 20, you are very adept. You just know when to, like, lay low, turn your heads against the wall, just take moments to yourselves so you're not going to draw any extra attention in these back alleys.
Done.
Roll me a perception check, both of you.
Natural 20.
2-0, baby!
That's 2 in a row.
23.
23. Both of you, as you're going through the back alley, you hear somewhere in the distance, towards the south, and with a nat 20, you can kind of estimate it must be somewhere around that area where the consulate was. You can hear the echoes of gigging, 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 gigging,
Are you done?
gigging, 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 gigging. And there is some immediate motion around the outskirts of the alleys on the actual streets of the high trade district, and you can hear the clanking of fast-moving footsteps in armor, moving around and away.
All right. Just in a dark corner, just waiting for it.
Yep. You wait a moment, you hear them go, going further south. And eventually you feel free enough to move up to the end of this alley, up a long ladder of the back of what is clearly some kind of well-to-do alehouse. And you end up on a 2-tiered roof structure at the very edge of the high trade district, overlooking a wide, beautifully cobblestoned road. You're sort of peering over the top of this roof. You've got carriages walking by, couples and families moving by, patrols of guards now as well. And across this main cobblestone road, this is clearly the threshold of the trade district, looking onto the thoroughfare of the noble quarter. These big, beautiful houses, and just across from you is that perfect, bronze-lined deep, dark, stone-built mansion with the 2 tower annex vestibules on either side and the glass dome roof on the top of the main central building. You can see, just on the outset, each tower on either side has 3 long windows, these long slit-like windows, and a round stained glass window underneath them. And the main building is clearly 3 floors. The big double doors, the beautiful oaken doors in the center, carved again that symbol of a ship with a hawk on the vessels, on the sails. There's then a layer of square windows above that, a layer of rectangular windows above those windows, before you get that glass dome. And after that bell has rung, you can see 2 guards in full Vanguard plate, not Solarborn plate, but Vanguard plate, on either side of the doors, and patrolling guards moving around the inside of the walls that surround this mansion. Immediately off of the main road, leading down to the if you're looking at it, to the left side of the mansion, is a smaller private road with another guard posted outside of it that slopes down towards what is clearly the private dock for this manor. Because I should mention, the noble quarter all verges directly on the seafront, and each noble house has their own dock. And you can see just in the distance, there is a large vessel clearly docked behind the Piran Manor here. For any more details than that, you would need an investigation check.
Shit.
You know what? I think as you've arrived here on this, you're scoping out the manor. Here is where we're going to take our first break.
Ooh, okay.
Let's take a break now. Let's pee, get snacks, everybody at home do the same, so we can come back fully refreshed to begin the infiltration mission.
Gotcha.
Easy GG's. Okay, we will see you guys. Yeah. We'll roll some beam footage and see you guys in a few minutes.
We'll do our eagle sense and see all the guards and whatever.
Fuck yeah.
Hi everybody, welcome to Bards of New York. The live, chaotic, beautiful mess that we all know and love, where we usually, at one point, will play D&D together. We'll be starting to play D&D at some point soon, and then probably stop, then start again, and then stop, and then giggle, and I'll fart a bunch, and then we'll have a good time.
Why even do the stream?
You're hitting the nail too hard on the head, man.
Come for the D&D, but stay for the absolute chaos that is Bards of New York. I love you.
First things first.
You're the realist. I'm the realist.
What can I call you?
That was subtle.
I heard Lil.
Sorry, that's my title. My name.
I'm Lil. Has a very almost like umami, and it's
Mommy.
Y'all.
It was ubiquitous and it made me upset.
Give me a second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My mother's she's waiting for this.
and you come out.
I am a human woman, I swear. Hello, fellow dudes.
Also, there's the whole aspect of that miasma.
You have an inhaler for that.
I used to, as a child, had some asthma, but I've grown out of it since. Miasma.
Yar.
Fuck you.
What's the preferred oil? It's a oil of my own making. It's very
Homemade lube.
Well, let me ask you, what is your This is you know what? He's Batman now, because fuck Irish. No, great people. Sorry, Jesus Christ.
You don't know about your body, do you? Oh. I mean, I've explored it a few times.
I've makeshifted or found a leather glove. And
Michael Jackson.
shut up.
But powered hee.
Instead of Misty Step, it's Moonwalk.
No attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, it's kind of Eldritch Blast we cast exclusively by hitting that.
When you catch shielding yourself, it's not a shield. You just kind of lean over like this much. Lil, does that imply there's a big?
Hi.
So you're Lil and you're big.
That is correct.
I'm pussy but dollar signs.
I'm big fat cat.
Y'all should be on my crew.
What is sacred here? What have you made sacred that these are the addendums?
Nothing's more sacred than a good party.
Period.
There was one time where you went down and it was like I felt a ringing in my head or something like that. It was really weird. Someone give me a thesaurus!
Pentagonal.
How many sides does that thing have? Say that again.
Pentagonal.
Gaggle on these nuts.
There are more songs than you can listen to in a single sitting.
Clearly, you don't know how long I can sit.
Actually, Kyle, I can't sit anywhere.
I have.
Hemorrhoids.
That actually made me feel way better than I expected.
That's what she said.
Someone's here.
Not them coming all the way up here.
On the stairs?
He's here.
Delivery drivers never bring it home.
they
We live on the fourth
walk-up.
floor.
Give that man a raise!
Literally.
What did you get that deemed this to happen?
Let's take a quick moment, a little
Yeah.
pit stop for what's in the package.
Shoelaces.
Oh
my
Shoelaces,
fucking
yeah! We derailed the stream for shoelaces.
I've been looking for these.
Considerable courage to
Oh,
go on Amazon
these
and
aren't
be like,
gonna
I'm
work.
buying one thing and one thing only. A dinky pack
Of
of shoelaces.
shoelaces?
I don't
You'll
think
be sending
these
that
are-
to me post haste.
To me, you have always been the brightest star. Then the most powerful star.
I kiss her.
That's where we're gonna end!
Thank you so much for watching Bards of New York.
I didn't think it was gonna happen.
If you'd like to tune in
I
next
thought
week,
we were
we'll
gonna
see what the
dance
fuck
around
happens.
that for forever.
So, the mechanic where you make choices as your character that then affects the world at large. To me, there's no better version of that than D&D, where not only do you get to escape to a world and make choices within it as a character entirely your own, that then your own choices are a catalyst for an evolution of the world that evolves with you, but you get to do that with other people. So it's not just a pre-thought out, I'm going to make these choices to make these things happen. It's a group of people all that you can have banter with and laugh with, but at the end of the day, you are exploring a world for the first time together as a group, making these little chaotic decisions which bloom across the world, causing it to change with you and grow with you as your characters level up and grow. What brings me back to D&D over and over and over again is like assisting in the growth and the blossoming of a world that will be cultivated by accident through a ragtag group of adventurers' actions.
I like the look of a cigarette, but I hate the way it tastes.
See, you can't get Woody back on the stream without risking copyright infringement.
Without risking copyright infringement?
Yeah.
Hey, it was so bad. It was so different than how it actually sounds.
Watch this be what gets struck.
Or, you know what? How does he sound?
No. We can cut this off with the pass.
I wanted to do a Bob Dylan impression.
And the times they are changing.
Times they are changing.
I don't know. You sound like the scientist from The Simpsons. Moving right along, we're going to dive back in as the camera pans back down to these two trained agents hunkering down on the rooftop of an alehouse overlooking the main thoroughfare into the noble quarter and the well-guarded Piran mansion, the site that you saw in the vision from the idol. I will let you know that idol, the false Üthevhenan idol, did not come with you.
That's fine.
It was a conduit for your travel, and it is presumably somewhere back in the grove. So, with this mansion in front of you, the two guards stationed there, the one guard by the dock entryway, and the couple patrolling guards walking around the walls. What do you want? I should also mention that from the rooftop where you're at, just going laterally as the crow flies, it would be... Let's call it 60 feet, directly laterally from you to right in front of the front door.
And just to reiterate, there's guards posted outside the doors on the ground on street level.
On street level. There's another one on
and
the
there's
street.
guards. And are there guards on the roof patrolling as well?
So you've got essentially outer wall surrounding the manor with wrought iron gates. On the other side of that, in the mansion property, there are two guards in front of the oaken double doors to the actual manor, and at least two sets of guards patrolling around those same walls, along with another guard on street level going on the private roadway down to the private dock. Those are the guards you see right now.
Heard.
Is there a feasible non-ground path to the wall?
No.
And over the wall?
You would have to do some serious... There is just dead space between you rooftop, road, wall. Guards are sort of immediately parallel to you on the ground by the doors, but they haven't noticed you yet because you initially rolled so high on stealth. You would have to do some serious feats of acrobatics to clear the, essentially, because the road is about 35 feet wide, just the road alone, to clear the road and the wall and get on the other side of the wall without being seen at all, in broad daylight.
I look over to Keno. I think that we're maybe check around back, see if there's a servant, and yeah, that could maybe work best for him.
It sounds like the best plan.
So how can we go about getting to the wall?
Yeah, getting...
Like finding those... Like, I'm assuming there would be a servant entrance. I want to go find it. That's what that's what we want to do.
So you want to, shimmy off the roof, down to the main road, and then sort of act cool and casual, start skirting around the outer wall.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna... I think this will be the last thing I do with your current stealth checks, just to, sort of slink back behind where you came from the ladder, get down to alley level, skirt surreptitiously, no questions asked, skirt from the alley out onto the main road and start just like slowly but surely sidling along the outer walls of the Pyramid Mansion. People are passing you by, a couple of carriages. Again, you can hear commotion in the greater city, but that, it's a big city at this point. The commotion is not just, the guards clanking away anymore.
Yeah.
Skirt. You start patrolling the outer walls, and you're sort of essentially wedged in between the outer walls of the Pyramid Mansion and the mansion immediately next to the Pyramid Mansion, right? You're sort of walking in an access cobblestone road in between the two.
All right, perfect.
And as you get down in between to where the back end would be, you can see that the wall continues, the back out of the outer wall around the backside of the mansion, but the road just ends. There's no way to skirt around the back. You're now sort of at the end of a cobblestone road looking down a fairly steep drop that overlooks the private dock that leads into that is connected to the Pyramid Estate. The boat now, proper big old noble frigate, is, you can see just from this side angle, the back side of the boat, the bow stern, right?
Yeah, stern's the back.
I'm pretty sure.
The stern of the boat has this beautiful brass model of a scorpion tail curving up and over. And the bow of the boat, even from this angle, you can see what is clearly a lion's mane. You can't see the full figurehead, but you can see what is clearly a lion's mane at the front.
What's the name of the ship?
You don't know.
Oh, they don't have like a little thing on the back
The Chimera?
with the name?
No.
I'm assuming it's the Chimera.
You'd have to ask. You'd have to ask the owner.
At the end of this little, so it's just like 3 walls in front of us. Or
Not
is it
three. You got.
edge?
To your left is the outer wall of the Pyramid Estate. To the right is the outer wall of another mansion, and ahead of you, it just is like a little ledge and a drop off towards the private dock, about like 20 feet down. Yeah. You can see there are people working on the docks. There are other guards at the edge. 2 other guards at the edge of the on-ramp that leads to the boat, along with people just doing some maintenance work on the deck itself. If there is a serving entrance to the Pyramid Estate, it is within the outer walls.
Mm-hmm. Another question. Are there people working, taking things on and off the boat?
Doesn't look like it at the moment. It looks, again, just more like they're doing maintenance on the ship.
Gotcha.
If you want to roll me a perception check for any more information than that, you could.
Yes. Fuck. That would be a 9.
A 9? Yeah. It's a little far away. Activity is your attention is slightly elsewhere to notice any more details.
Heard shit.
My eyes are better.
Let's see.
Keno, what's your elven eyes?
Read. All right, that's going to be a dirty 20.
Just focusing in a little bit, you can see that the people working on the boat, not the guards themselves, but the people doing maintenance work, are all in like bronze-colored tunics, not metallic, but just like bronze-colored with stark white trim. They are all clearly of elven descent, and for lack of a better word, at this distance, lithe. From this vantage, that's all I'll give you at that point.
Okay.
What's next?
I'll relay this information. What do you want to do, Sal? Should we enter here or find another? Seems like a lot of traffic.
Yeah, something. So I think we should hit the boat first. Something in me tells me there's something on the boat we want. And I think we can get in there a little bit easier first. Maybe find some kind of uniform to approach. I'm just also trying to think if we should make it a...
You've gone completely silent.
What?
Yeah.
Mid-sentence, you went complete silent. Now you're fine.
Oh.
It just keeps happening to you. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I think I just need to like really just look at my mic, and I look over at the other noble. Perhaps we could start a fire. Get people looking over there, not at us.
It's not a bad idea. Nice distraction.
But if we start a fire, then it's going to bring authorities. I'm just weighing the cost. What's your thought?
Did we split up?
Split up and do what? Meet at the boat?
Yeah. Someone create the distraction. Someone.
Yeah, I think so. And
I can meet you at the boat.
Yeah, and we can meet at the boat. Okay, let's split the party. Just quick question for you, Will. Is there a more Vanguard present or the same amount of Vanguard present in the other noble house?
You haven't really checked it out, and from since the outer wall of the noble house is here, you can't really see from this area. What I'll say in general, from your vantage point on the roof earlier, after those bells have rung, there are armed Vanguard in greater numbers than you would expect for this early in the morning.
All right.
People are clearly on alert.
Okay, maybe not start a fire, because I'll just bring more eyes on us, and it's on the street. So let's just go to boat. Let's do boat first.
Okay.
All right. Let's try to scale down. Are we?
You keep just cutting out mid-sentence.
I am talking right here.
And it's crazy because you're like mid-word, and then you go dead silent. You keep talking. I'll say that you're silent, and the second you start a new sentence, you're fine.
All right, I'm gonna turn off the crit. It could also be it's hearing the dogs bark, and so it's like, oh, there's multiple sounds. Let me get rid of that for you. So give me 2 seconds, and I can turn this shit off. Stand by.
So, but what I'm generally hearing is you're going to attempt to stealthily snake over the ledge and down the sort of sheer wall here, the sheer rock wall, to the private dock, to then make your way somehow onto the boat, past the guards and onto the boat.
Yes.
Okay. So, let's start. Until I say otherwise, this stealth roll is going to affect you, any stealth attempts you're making from this point until you arrive on the deck. Roll me another stealth check. As you're like sneaking over the ledge and sort of scrambling down this rock face down into the private dock.
That's a good roll. 27.
Yeah, okay.
I think we switched roles from last time.
I think we did, yeah.
What did you get, Callum? I didn't hear.
24.
Yeah, so you guys, you wait until there's enough movement happening on the deck to not, so nobody on the deck is looking this way. The guards are sort of, if you're facing the docks this way, they're sort of off to your left a little bit, where the ramp that leads onto the boat is. So you wait, then you swing over and just slide down to just make it seem like a couple rocks have like come loose from this, and slide down and land in a crouch behind some shipping crates. Some shipping crates and barrels. So you're just hunkered there for a moment. You take a couple of breaths, waiting to hear if anybody moves towards you, and nobody seems to. So what I'll say for where you are, you're pressed up against the wall that leads up to the back end of the manor. Behind some crates, and in front of you, there is just a wooden walkway that leads to a sort of, to your right, another thin wooden wall that divides this dock from that noble's private dock. And that was to your right. To your left, that walkway continues until you hit the on-ramp that has those two guards posted by it that leads up and up some sort of sheer wooden stairs up onto the dock. I'm going to say, if we're not doing the hypotenuse of the triangle, from you it would be like 15 feet to your left, 20 feet straight from there to the guards, and another irregular 30 feet up to the the actual boat itself.
Okay.
What is your move?
Is there on the side of the boat? If we like on the water, is there like things we could maybe climb up via water to get over the boat?
You could definitely scramble up some. There are a lot of portholes on the lower deck of the boat, on the lower sort of side of it, along with some ornamentation on the upper sides. It looks like, particularly the midsection of the boat is carved like ornamental feathers. So you could, like almost lacquered in black paint, and you could scramble up those to try and get to the top deck. I should say again, as you're getting close to this boat, it's anything that isn't painted like or made of metal is deep, beautiful, rich, dark wood with a deep bronze, actual bronze trim for the bulk of the boat.
You want to scramble up the side, Keno?
Let's do it.
All right. Can you swim?
I can.
All right.
So my question to you then is, how do you, between you and getting to the water where you're going to have to get in to get up the side of the boat, is in full view of the two guards? Let me see if I can quickly draw out what I'm talking about so you can see it.
I'm having trouble visioning in my head.
So if you've just come down here, you've got crate, barrel. This way.
Why? There's no need for that, buddy.
Then we'll do. Just give me 1 second here.
I'm just if it goes wrong, if we just like approach the and fuck them up, it could go really wrong, really fast.
It could. Or. Yeah, we've already done some bad things by sneaking back here, so
yeah,
not really much convincing we can do, can we?
If we were while you're drawing, if we were playing a video game about assassins, would there be a red line where we are, like on the map, or is it a yellow?
This is a restricted area.
All right, we're in a restricted area. Heard. That's
we're in a restricted area. Okay.
So we've got this guy here, and this guy here.
Hey.
Oh my!
You're okay. You got a loud voice. You're fine.
And then we'll do. So we've got. Great. Let's see if you can see any of this. So, you guys are here behind these crates.
Okay, I see.
Wall to the next dock. This is the road that comes down from the main street that ramps down here. This is where the guards are, with the ramp onto the boat, and here is the water. I guess there's
nobody else on this. There's nobody else on this dock with us.
Not on this dock immediately. If any, let me draw some other water here. There are the people who are working on the deck of the ship could easily come down and sort of grab things from crates and move them back on. They haven't done that yet. They're just doing maintenance on the deck at the moment. But otherwise, there's only these two guards here, and you know there's a guard somewhere up this road.
Moving up and down, okay.
Yeah. So even if you were going to dash out of here and jump into the water, you would be very seen. Yes.
Okay, heard.
I have an idea.
Talk to me. Fight.
That could be a mailman? I don't know. Mail person?
Another small distraction. What if you take an arrow, you shoot it into the water, distract the guards, or we quickly jump in?
Make it look like there's a big fish over there or something. I like that.
Yeah.
Worth a shot. We move quick.
Unintended?
All right.
Yep.
I am going to... I'm going to need not an attack roll. I'm going to need a deception check from you, Keno, to try and concoct this thing.
That's going to be 21.
21? Okay.
Amen.
Okay. So, you just sort of sneak around, peer around the far barrel, just craning the... Is it a longbow or a short bow you've got? Just for flavor.
It's a short bow.
Yeah, you just...
Short bow.
Hold the short bow around the side and angle it in a certain way so it flies, perfectly thunks first against the wood of the dock to make this like vibrating sound before splashing into the water. Just before you whip back around the barrel. You can hear the two guards. One of them goes, "Hey! What the fuck was that? What's going on?" "Stand down, mate. It's not a problem." "No, I'm checking this out. You stay here." One of the guards nat 20'd their insight and is just rock solid right in front of the, not moving. The other one has now turned their back to you guys as they are essentially... Fuck me, I wish there was an easier way to do this. This guard here is now about there, looking out to the ocean. This one is staying put, looking this way.
Fuck. All right.
So can we go around? If we go around the creeks the other way, like to the right. Wait, it might be. You see what I'm saying?
Like go around this way?
Yeah, but to the water. Can we get to the water straight that way so that we can swim around?
Yes, but now this guard is looking right at the water.
Yeah.
Right.
What if...
I forgot.
What if we just kill him?
Well, you can take that one out that's looking at the water.
Yeah, he's an arm.
He's
Like
got one to do it.
Yeah, literally, and push it in the water. And so no body.
Yep.
And it's the Assassin's Creed rules, right? Because he is looking this way, not paying attention, and who's to say what's going to happen?
No peripheral vision.
You want to? Are you doing this? Talk me through what's happening, because you've got probably about 15 seconds before the intrigued guard moves back to his position.
Let's. Here's my thought. Let's go 2 attacks on A, bing bing, and the water. Then 2 attacks on B, the other guard who's paying attention, bing bing, and the water.
Game.
And if that doesn't work, we will. It's all about quiet and quick.
Talk to me.
Can I? Okay. One last thing. I want to. I'm happy to spend a knack. You want to reach out and just try to feel ripples of other mind and see if I can sense how close that other guard is that's coming up and down the way.
Up and down the pathway?
Yeah, so I'm just going to perception, spend a knack.
Yep.
If we're going to soft rule that.
I really like that. That I know even if you're not proficient in it, I don't fucking care, but I think it's fun to expend that to try and... I'm going to say expend it, but don't roll it. That's how I'm going to roll it. Because if you're not proficient in it, you won't roll it because you won't get a bonus to it, but you're using your...
I am proficient in perception.
Then absolutely, right? That's is it rules as written you can only use it for proficient?
That's what the rules say. So, you can only use your knack on things you're proficient in.
I'm going to say if there's a way to justify using your psychic abilities to enhance something that you're not proficient in, great, you spend the knack, but don't roll it. Since you are proficient in it,
you get to spend
the roll.
And
yeah.
Keep it. And if now, is it still going to spend it no matter what? Or
what's
because I only technically in the rules I only spend them if I succeed.
Are we bending the rules by adding it to perception?
I don't think so. From what in the rules,
let me just briefly pit stop it.
Rules pit stop.
Soul Knife.
Soul Knife.
God, it does make me want to just go right back into Marvel Rivals and play Psylocke. Cybal Sidnak says if you fail an ability check with which you have proficiency, you can roll a psychic energy die and add the number rolled to the check. potentially turning it into a success, only expending it if the roll succeeds. I'm gonna say like, for this.
I like the idea of like reaching out my.
Yeah, I think in this case, just spend it.
Spend it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 14 total.
14?
Yeah.
1 second. You sort of reach out, and you can't get the exact location of where that guard is, but they're clearly close enough that you can feel your psychic waves kind of resonating against a mind there.
And do I feel it coming closer? Do I feel it go?
You don't feel it moving, but with a 14, I'll give you they are within audible distance.
Audible distance. Okay.
Excuse me.
Then maybe I look at Keno and like hands. I say, let's take out the guard by the boat first, and then because if we get a drop on them, that's better. And the other one who's out of sight will be harder for that other guard to hear. So, just to be clear, let's attack a guard that got the natural 20 first, get our damage drop on him, and then attack the second guard whose back is to us right in front of us, who's like looking out the water.
So I've read on the map. You wanna get this guy first, who's looking this way.
Mm-hmm.
Then pivot back to the guard over here, who's looking out to the ocean.
Yep, because they're further away, and I feel like that's better.
Okay. Logic is logic. I hear it. How are we doing this, boys?
Just want to drop that sneak attack, Drew?
Let's do it.
Because right
Double
now,
sneak attack?
you guys are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Diagonally about 40 feet from the guard who's still at the dock.
Is the boat casting a shadow on the dock?
Not where you are. It would be if the sun is coming at you this way. You're kind of in a little bit of shade here where you are, hunkered down by the barrels. So I'd say like you're in dim light there.
My question being, when I'm in dim light, I'm getting extra 10 feet to my movement. So if I start in dim light, does that 10...
I would allow it here. I would allow that you'd be able to move those first dim 10 feet out into the light, and then you'd still have your full movement after that.
And still have my full movement? Cool. We're good. I can move that full 40.
Shall we pull the trigger?
You each get a full round before this first guard is gonna know.
All right.
Because I'm imagining that you're essentially sprinting out from the cover, Keno, to try and get to him and silence him while Sal, I know what you're doing, right?
Yeah. And since it's a sneak attack, I don't got to aim, so bonus action.
Bonus action to what?
Bonus action attack if I need it.
Got it.
All right. On 3, ready? Let's roll these attacks.
I want to clarify.
That's a natural 20. That's a natural 20.
Okay. I want to just clarify, Keno, that you are dashing out in front, like so. This guard goes as you're coming out, swing, swords in. Like almost imagining you pulling the swords out, flipping them so you're backhanding them to like run in for a scissor. As you pop out, Sal, and just. Okay, let's do. This is number 1. Give me. Let's do the nat 20 first.
Okay.
You each will get sneak attack.
Going in. And I'm gonna. That's the boost. Alright, we take this. So. That's the full damage plus a roll, right?
Yeah, the full damage of the dice without the modifiers plus the roll.
Yeah. Without the modifier, yeah. Would be Nice.
And I think that should include the sneak attack dice as well. If we haven't specified that before.
Oh, the 4. Yeah.
I think so.
It would be
No,
sad.
we did in Korea, we did.
Yeah, it would be sad for sneak attack not to crit.
Yeah. That's the whole point of sneak attack.
Yeah.
So that will be 29. Oh, wait. So I'm adding the sneak attack into the max and then still rolling that as well?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it's going to be 40 points of damage.
So you just... Again, blades out. Just cut straight, there's like X lines up this guy's chest, sort of severing some of the buckles of the armor. Blood. He's still up.
What? He's still up?
This is not a joke, my guys. These are Vanguard Knights.
Okay. 40 points of damage. Well, I rolled 26 to hit.
Yep.
I'm assuming that hits.
That does hit.
And my damage was 17 points of psychic damage.
17? That takes us to... Okay. So, as the disc flies, his head... Blood splatters out his nose, but he steadies himself.
Bonus action, second disc. Second singularity.
This will not get sneak attack, right?
Yeah, this will just be a d4 plus 5 if I hit. I don't think I hit. It's a 14 to hit.
The second one, as he bobs back.
Can I use my inspiration?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Reroll it.
All right. I rolled a 17 to hit.
That's going to hit.
Okay, cool.
He's about to buckle under it, and you just you flick your wrist, and the disc pivots down into his head.
I feel like it's it swung wide, but it's gonna come back around. All right. And so that's 6 points extra of psychic damage.
6.
What's quick maths? Quick maths, bruv.
It's the second one. It swoops around, hits him in the other side. He drops to a knee, blood trickling down his mouth. He reaches to his belt.
Initiative. You fucker! It's initiative.
Yeah, it is initiative. Yes, it is initiative now.
Okay. After the horn blow?
After the horn blow.
Okay, all right.
He gets an action.
All right. Sure he does. Fuck.
Okay, let's do the other guy. Okay.
Crazy. I just rolled another natural 20 for instance.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So 2.
I like these dice. Lua made for me.
I should be using my Lua die.
Okay, so.
Okay, all right.
These are the die I got made for this character.
Drew, I know what you got. What's yours, Sal? Initiative?
19.
19? Okay, so it's going to go Keno, Sal. Oh no. Keno, guard on the ramp. Sal. And then the other two. At this horn blow, a bunch of the elven workers on the ship look up. And they see the commotion. And for the moment, they're going to kind of hunker down.
Good.
Good. As this horns blow, this guy, blood dripping from his mouth. You're fucking dead! It's Keno's turn. You're right up in it, as he's looking up at you. He's on one knee. He is looking.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
really light.
You got one thing wrong. You're dead. I'm gonna try and slit his throat and hopefully kill him. That is gonna be a 21 to hit.
What is your dexterity modifier?
My dexterity modifier is +5.
Yeah, he had 2 hit points left. So you just...
Damn it!
You literally... You got one thing wrong. You're dead. He slips off the dock into the water. The other guard who was looking at the distraction has now turned. Barry! And is pulling out his, like, curved sword.
Did you call him Barry?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my friend.
Are you staying put, Keno?
I'm gonna. Ooh, because flanking will get people sneak attack, right? I'm gonna try and get closer to the other.
Yeah, I mean, the other guy is
by the
looking
water.
towards you and is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet away again. Laterally.
Okay, I'll just.
Like, if you were here by this guy, he's over here.
Pew! Okay, I'm gonna do a full 40.
Full 40.
You don't have the extra 10 right now.
Oh, right.
Because you're in sunlight now.
Then I'll do 30.
5, 10,
right, yep.
15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, it still puts you way closer. Perfect. This guard is deceased. Then we go to... Who's next? We go to the third guard, the guard on the ramp, who comes running down. Sal, I'm assuming you poked around that corner to do the disc, right? So you're out?
I think I was kind of coming up above. I mean, how high were these crates? Like, how tall?
You're probably right. They're tall enough that you could have just, like, stood up and yeeted it over.
Yeah, I'm kind of like... And, like, keeping my cover, you know? Just
so, this guard is gonna move their what? They move 20 feet down the ramp, not even fully onto the docks, see what's going on, turn around, and run back up the ramp.
Hate that. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it.
Okay. So that's that. We then go to Sal. You are directly parallel from the distraught guard.
I see Kenna and I motion about the guard up the ramp. I'm like, get him. I'll take care of this guy. Let's get on the ship. I got this. And I am just going to.
Sorry. He's not going to the ship.
Oh, he's going to the house.
He's going. Yeah, he's going back out this way. He went down and went back this way.
Okay. That changes it.
He is currently out of sight.
You get that guy.
I'll get that guy, and I just say I got him, and I bolt run. Is it 30 feet to that? How far?
From where
to, like,
you
the
are?
opening.
5,
where I can
10,
get eyesight
15, 20,
on it.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 feet to the opening of the ramp that goes back.
Oh,
to the street.
I just don't have that, do I? Oh, I can bonus action dash.
Yes, you can. Just no steady aim.
Yep, no steady aim.
So you just sprint down, you slide around to the corner of the opening where you can see up the ramp, and this guard is booking it up. He is probably from where you are, 5, 10, 15, 20. He's no more than 40 feet away from you, at the very most.
With that, I am going to... I'm gonna singularity and just try to get stumble. Like, just hit him so maybe like a little bit of damage. Come on, die. Give me something good.
You got this.
Yes. Roll the 16.
It's gonna hit.
16 plus 7. And so I think that's just gonna be regular damage though. There's no that, so it's gonna be a D6 plus 5. D6, should I use this? Sick, full damage. So that's 11 points of damage.
11 points. Okay, it hits him in the back, so the force of it causes him to stumble, but he picks himself back up, turning over at you. You know what? Since you've been running, sprinting, and throwing, at least one of your ears are visible, so you can hear shouting down the alley, "Fucking knife ears!" We are going to move to the only remaining guard's turn, who's pulled out.
Say, you better believe it, baby.
Fuck. This guard is gonna close the distance with you, Keno. You killed him! And is gonna swing twice with his curved sword at you. That was my friend. Does a 10 or a 7 happen to hit?
No.
He You killed him! You killed Barry! Swing, and you just like, again, short swords out, just whoosh, whoosh, bob and weave. No flex zone. Easy. We are back at the top of the round to Keno. What's your response?
I'm attacking back. That's a 17 plus 7 to hit.
Yeah, that hits like a truck.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm doing the battle.
Yes! We're doing max damage today. That's going to be 11.
11 points on this guy.
Points of damage.
Perfect. Just slashing into him. Oh, shit!
And then I want to try it and...
Oh no.
What's the different distance of Shadow Stitch? Let me see. I want to Shadow Stitch that guard.
He's way far away. Way far away. Oh, the dead one.
Yes, the dead one.
The dead one fell into the water,
actually...
but I'll still allow it because I like it.
It doesn't actually...
Do I not put a range? It should be something simple like 30 feet. Let me just check. Did I really not do that?
I think it's just because it was a Constitution saving throw. Maybe that was the...
No. It should still have a... Yeah, it should be within... just because I like it, I'll allow it for this time, but going forward, let's call it 30 feet that you can see.
Okay. Well, I'm going to Shadow Stitch and roll my Constitution saving throw. Going to be a... Nice. Going to be...
Also, I'm crazy. The DC should be 10 plus the fallen creature's CR level.
What did you put?
Just the fallen creature's CR level.
Oh. That was crazy. A 22.
That's clears it by miles. So you just went down towards the water. That shadow sort of encircles the corpse. And you have a stitched shadow of this Vanguard, the Vanguard Guard. It is now stored to you.
And then I want to move. So I want to get behind this guard. How's he standing? Is he like after me attacking him?
Yeah, I mean he's still sturdy. He's bleeding, but he's
still like
he's in fighting condition for sure. But you can pivot around him if you want to get to the other side of him.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Perfect. Okay, I see what you're doing. I see where you're at. All right.
I'm just reading.
Okay, you've shadow stitched, and you've attacked and moved. So now we go to Sal. That guard who's up the ramp is going to keep running. No, they're going to take a pot shot at you first.
Hell yeah, use that. Let me get to you, bitch.
Knife it! Shoots a crossbow at you. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Hey, that absolutely hits me, but I'm gonna take it like a champ.
Gonna go for a second shot. That's a nat 20, baby.
I'm gonna take that one less of a champ, but hit me.
So the first attack, the regular attack is 9.
Okay.
And the second attack is gonna be 11. So it's 20 points total as these two bolts. Are you down?
No.
Great. I'm fine. These two bolts just straight into your shoulders. And then he's going to pivot and run the rest of his 30 feet up the road. He's almost at the end of the ramp.
Okay, that's fine. Can I use Lachesis on my...
No, you cannot.
No. Okay, well, there's nothing in here I can do that.
I hit because it requires...
Yeah,
the sigil there. Well,
I wish you could do it on yourself. Do I do steady aim and try to get him? No, it's not enough. I need to try to tackle him. Okay.
You're up.
I bonus action glug glug of nope. I can't do. I shouldn't do that at all.
You should not do that at all.
I take that back. I take it back.
What were you about to do?
Oh, you haven't seen this yet.
You'll see. You haven't seen it yet. This sucks. We made an Okay. I know what to do. Okay, I'm going to take out a throwing knife, coat it in poison, and just throw it at him. So it's not my singularity. It's just a throwing knife. And while I do that, I also reach for as I'm running to him. So that's my bonus action, my action
to poison knife throw.
Yes.
Great.
There's no. Yes, another 16. Get fucked, you bitch.
16?
16
to hit or for damage?
It's 16 plus 7 to hit. So let me roll damage now.
The dagger sinks into his back.
D4 and 2d8. Ooh, good damage. 6. 21 points of damage. Do you need the poison separate? Actually, this poison can't be, it bypasses resistance.
You take the flask of poison out, you drip it over the dagger, and in one fluid motion, chuck it straight in the back between a chink. You know this well on Vanguard armor. There's a beautiful chink between the back of the breastplate and some of the neck armor. It just... And he drops face down on the ground. Sliding down the ramp a little bit.
I'm running to him to get his body out of. That's going to be towards my next move. So I'm still moving my way.
Yeah, as you make your full 30 up there, you're probably only about 20 feet away from where his body is at this point.
Okay, sick.
Okay, we go to that one guard who's still on you, Keno, and he's gonna try and grab you instead of using his first attack. He's gonna try and just like throw his hands right on your collarbone. It's going to be a contested athletics check. Actually, no, sorry, not for this one. This is just going to be essentially a strength-based attack. That what's your AC?
Oh, my armor class, sorry. 15.
15, okay. That is going to hit. That's a 17 plus 4. That's 21. So he grabs you by the collar. Amen. You are grappled. And now I need a contested athletics as he's going to attempt to throw you into the bay.
Oh.
Try me.
What'd you get?
A 22.
Yeah, okay. He only got a 17. So he tries to throw... He like puts your back against the dock or the edge of the wooden pier here, but he just can't muscle you over quite yet. But you are now locked in a grapple, and that's gonna be his turn. You are locked in combat there, Keno. It is up to you.
Wonderful.
Action. Fuck. You're very lucky, guys.
Yeah. I'm summoning the shadow.
Perfect. Now you essentially.
So yeah. Well, since I'm grappled, I don't have my hands. I don't need my hands.
You do. You have your hands. He's just holding you by your.
He's just. Yeah. Oh, he's holding my. Okay. So well then yeah sure. I'll leave some signs. You see like my eyes flash black, and then the shadow of the guard just slinks from my shadow from my feet and rises up behind the guard.
It's your friend Barry.
Have the shadow.
Do you have the shadow stat block?
On my turn? No. Because it would be based on...
There's the regular shadow stat block is what you use its stats, HP, and AC for, but then it has the movement and actions from the captain.
Gotcha.
So if I do shadow 5e, I should just get you the stat block because you should have it. So it has It's got it's got 12 AC, 16 hit points, fairly chuggy stats. But then it can make two sword attacks with a +5 to hit, 1d6 +3.
And that happened on my turn.
It's going to take. The shadow will always happen immediately after your turn. That's how I like to rule summons. Just makes more sense. But that's your action. Anything for a bonus action? Nice.
Can I use action to try and get out of the grapple? Or is that an action?
I think that's going to be an action to try and break free.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
You're here. You're like, hey.
So that's
surprise, sucker. So as the shadow rises, the guard that's holding you looks by the shoulder. Barry? No, it can't be Barry. Don't do this. I assume you want to make 2 attacks from dead Barry.
Yes.
Roll me 2 attacks, each +5.
It's not Barry anymore.
Well, the first one's a dirty 20.
That's gonna hit.
And the second one is a natural 20.
So it's again each attack is 1d6. So the first one, roll a d6 and add 3. Second one, 6.
That's a 6.
Okay, now roll the
6, 7, 8. So the first is 9.
Yep.
And then you said the second one
is going to be roll +6 +3.
What? 6 plus 6, 11, 14.
So the second is 14. First one was 9, so it's 23 points.
Yes.
Barry, no! Don't do this! The shadow blade comes straight through the second guard's chest. The guard passes, and you are out of combat. There's a moment of tension and silence as you're running to get the guard on the ramp's body. I rolled to see if any of the other guards in the walls heard. I want you to know that I did roll, and I rolled a 1.
Oh.
So there's a moment of tension and silence, and nothing happens.
Excellent. Is there a place I can just is the most feasible place to hide this body in the right now?
Water or one of the crates you guys were hiding behind.
Before you do that, I'm taking the shadow as well.
Okay. Roll me, because again, these guys last for once you use them. Yeah, okay.
That's a natural 20. I rolled it.
You're so
I
fine.
didn't know what to do.
Oh my Lord. So after a minute, Barry dissipates, is gone, sent back to Godsleep, and you stitch this new shadow and successfully take Barry's friend.
Hey, I can store more than one.
Yes, you can, but after you summon one, you only get a minute before it goes.
Oh, it goes. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
You're right. I forgot about that. I'm reading this now.
Yeah. But now you have guard number 2, same exact stat block stored. The only difference was that the first guy had significantly more health because he was a captain.
That makes sense.
Where are you stashing him?
I'd like to put him in a crate.
Yeah, you just wrench a crate open.
Dumpster.
It's got some like rice in it, and you just stuff him in there.
All right. Well,
some of the elven workers on the dock start to peek up. Is it over? What's happening? Who are you? Don't kill us, please.
We mean no harm to you.
I'm going to remove the cloth from my ears for this moment. We're not your enemy.
I tuck my hair.
They don't switch into Elven at the moment. What are you doing? Are you trying to make this worse for us? What's going on?
That's just a regrettable circumstance.
We're going to be blamed.
Oh. Oh, fuck.
This was not what we intended at all.
What were you intending?
To do this without killing anyone, really, but this just was a casualty of the circumstances.
One of the sort of slightly more strapping elves stands up. Well, what's your plan now? We can't just let you come aboard, can we? Then we will be blamed.
You guys need to let us on board. Promise you no harm if you don't get in our way.
Why would we do that? It's not your harm we're worried about. We're supposed to be working here, and now 3 guards are dead.
Not if they ever. What if they don't ever find the guards? We can feed them to the fishes.
Roll me a persuasion check.
3 guards just deserted.
Persuasion. I'm good at persuasion. By good, I mean I have a 3. But I am. I can use a knack if I need to.
How we looking?
Crit fail!
Oh no!
So you, not if we feed them to the fishes, you know.
I am bleeding aggressively.
This guy just sizes you up for a moment. He hasn't necessarily he knows you're here, Keno, obviously, but he's just talking to Sal at the moment. He sizes you up, gestures to the other elves on the boat, and walks a little bit down the ramp. No, we're not taking your fall for this. You don't know what's going to happen. We'll take the blame for this for the 1000th time. While you slink off back into the shadows from whence you came. No. You don't come aboard this vessel. Not while I'm still standing. Not while I have my own people to protect.
Oh, all right. We're just looking for somebody. Is there a prisoner being held on this boat?
Not at the moment. How else do you think we all got here?
Oh, has there been any prisoners?
You cut off mid-sentence again.
Have there been any prisoners on this boat? Specifically ones that look kind of like this guy.
In fact, I have a picture or a painting, a portrait. I'll just pull it out.
Is it like a scroll?
Yes.
I fucking love that. Like a family painted, slightly impressionistic portrait.
We're just looking for our family.
Maybe. What's it to you?
I looked at Keno.
Oh, I'll take a couple old pieces from the pack that Reichel gave me. Just enough for information.
We don't need your blood money. And one of the other elves on the boat. What are you talking about? Take the cash! Looks over. Sort of walks down the ramp to you and snatches the gold out of your hand. There have been a lot of people in the basement of this, on the bowels of this boat that look like you, look like me, look like us. If they were here and they aren't in these uniforms now, then God help you, they were taken above the library. If they're not there now, I wouldn't know where.
And I point towards the house. In there?
That tower. Points to the tower that's on the more southern, like... Where am I? I have an image of the mansion here. So, can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. Perfect.
This is the pathway that leads to the docks. This guy is pointing to this tower.
Perfect.
Library's in that tower.
Oh, sick.
There's a room hidden behind a shelf somewhere. I don't know what unlocks it, what opens the stairs, but the people who get dragged up there, may the gods, silent as they are, grant them some peace.
Right. What's your name, friend?
I'm Alexei.
Alexei.
And if somebody asks you that, you didn't hear anything from me. You understand that?
I understand. I understand.
Fine.
I see two options for you. Either you and your crew get out of here right now, or we can make it look like you guys fought us up.
And where are we supposed to go? A bunch of servants running through the streets of Bolton? You think we'll just make it to the tree line?
Can any of you guys...
Can you figure it out? Can you swim? Can you take this boat?
The Manticorum! You think we have the means to pilot a ship like this?
Are there any dinghies? Anything you can row away on?
I don't know. I only know this house. I could swim, maybe. But the others, I don't know.
You know of a place to hide?
I only know this house. We have seen the underside of this ship and the serving quarters of Piran Manor.
Is there any way, is there another ship, is there any way we can help you get out of it once we find our friend?
If you know of a place that we can hunker down, then we'll wait. But you need to promise us safety while you're off getting yourselves killed.
Oh, no. I look at Keno.
I think we can do it.
Aye.
If we can get them out of here, I can get them to the Neverstill.
Yeah. All right. Stay on the boat. Act like everything's normal. If anybody comes and asks, the guards went to go take a piss.
All at once? Fine.
Play the part as a dumb elf.
Fine. We can do that. Just don't fucking leave us here.
I promise we won't.
I promise as well.
Also, could I just take a peek in the captain's quarters? I just want to see if there's any.
We don't have the keys.
Fuck. Well, is it pickable?
I don't know.
May I just?
You are not coming on this boat.
Aye, okay.
What do you want from me?
All right. I'll look later.
Go find what you're looking for. We will be here. Okay. If you can get the key, if you're not being tailed, then we can talk about it. If you have the means to pilot this vessel, then by all means. But do what you came here to do and then get us the fuck out of town.
Heard.
And if you can get the rest, they're by the kitchens, underneath the other tower.
Okay, we got an optional objective. Heard. Okay. With that, I'm going to proc my psychic whispers. Okay, for the three of us.
Oh, you, Keno, and Alexei?
Alexei. So we can talk to Alexei and keep him updated. Alexei, you may be hearing us talking.
Okay.
This is going to be in your head. You're fine.
I wish you guys hadn't come here.
You know, we wish the same. 2 hours.
So
2 hours. At any range?
We might get you out of here.
Let me look at the range. I think it's like a month. So I think it's that's a good range. I mean, stand by.
Stand by. Rules pit stop.
Rules pit stop.
Digital rules pit stop.
Psychic whispers. Class feature research. Hello? Why can't I pull it up? Actions. Oh, there it is. 1 mile.
1 mile?
Yep. Great. Whispers operates within a mile.
You're locked in. Absolutely locked in.
I take my last healing. So wig it that.
Okay, which you cut out again. What kind of healing potion is it?
Oh, it's just a healing potion. So I'm assuming basic healing potion.
Yeah,
and I swig it down.
Great.
What is that? D4. Right?
Let me see.
D4 plus 6 or whatever.
No, hang on. There we go. It's 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Okay.
However, we are doing the homebrew rules, I think, where if you're full action drinking it, you can max it.
Okay, I want to do that.
Great, so that's going to be 10.
Yes.
10 points.
Yeah, so I have a nice 12, a hearty 12 hit points.
Hearty 12 hit points.
Okay. I kind of like brush off and I look at Keno and you good? Good. Oh, really? Let's figure a way into this house.
Okay. So, what did you do with the second corpse? The corpse that of the guard that you just shadow stitched, Keno?
Oh, I was gonna push him in the water because we're right there.
Great. That's what I assumed. Just want to make sure.
Can I? Is the one that we put in the crate would they sink? Are they in armor? Would they sink?
Yeah. Oh
okay.
yeah.
Can I retcon that we put them in the water and not in the thing of rice?
Not in the thing of rice. Sure. Totally.
I feel like let's feed the fishes.
Yeah, they all. There's a brief moment of some reddish.
Wait, I take off the armor.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah. Can we take off all? Can we retcon that we take off all?
Yeah,
all their armor, all three.
Back that up. Yeah.
Not the first one. That was too. That happened too long ago. The throat slit one in the water that happened ages ago. That's done. You can each, however, strip off a set of essentially Vanguard mail.
Mm-hmm.
It's. Let me just go back over here. Wearing this, since it's like just a chest plate with some mail and other pieces, it's not going to provoke any stealth disadvantages. It's just going to set your AC to 15 while you're wearing it.
Okay.
Already there.
Great.
My last, Keno, I don't want to impose this on you, but we could let, I'm sorry, what was his name again? Alexi wear armor so it looks like there's at least one less conspicuous that way. And then I could wear armor and have Neverseal as my prisoner to go to the bad room. That sound appropriate?
By any means necessary. Let's get in.
All right. Alexi, you've been promoted.
What, not promoted? What do you mean?
Put on this uniform and you will pose as a guard.
You can't be fucking serious. What about these?
I rip off the shirt and put a headband. Give him a headband. Cover him up.
Fine.
This way, at least from the distance, it looks like there's a guard.
Fine. Again. Get in, do whatever you came to do, and get the fuck out.
Right, we will. We will.
And he sort of heads up onto the boat and starts chatting with the other handful of elves who are on the boat with him. That's sort of the last you see of him.
Okay. I look at Keno and I shrug.
You what?
I shrug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear that part.
Damn, Mike.
Okay. So am I correct in understanding that your plan is to, as Vanguard mailed Sal, is going to parade Neverseal prisoner right to the front gates and say, hey.
Before we do that, now that we're at the back of this part by the dock, is there any climbable surface to that tower?
No, again, so that there's the dock, which is sort of down low at water level, that sort of like rocky wall that leads up to where the back outer wall. Either way, you are blocked by the outer wall that surrounds the perimeter of the entire mansion.
Is there any way we can
if we climb up to like
the outer wall to just look over?
Can we Assassin's Creed walk on the map?
You could certainly try, but you do know that there are guards patrolling the inside of the outer wall, like in the space between the outer wall and the mansion itself, so it's a risk.
Fuck. I say let's just try the front door and try to talk our way. I feel like I if we get into many more, it's just gonna make it louder.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, what I need from the pair of you, as you guys are walking up the ramp together, before heading back to the main thoroughfare and swinging to the wrought iron gates that lead into the confines of the Pyramid Estate, I need the pair of you, because both of you are taking on a persona here, I need a performance check.
That's what I thought.
Performance,
okay. Come on, give me a good roll. Good roll.
Oh, sorry.
That's a solid 11.
Okay. 18 and 11. Heard and received.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, describe to me how you are, what you guys look like as this guard and prisoner duo.
I find a burlap sack that the apples were in my bag, and I put them over Keno's head.
Can you take my weapon, my short swords? I have other weapons, just for the...
Yeah, I have like your weapon belt, and I just have it like slung over my shoulder.
Great.
And I have like you in cuffs. I just kind of have your hands behind your back, bringing you over.
Okay. So you get on the main thoroughfare. You can, now that you're back out on the sort of main area, you can again, there's more commotion around the noble quarter than there was when you first just got here. Something is clearly happening in the city at this point. Mm-hmm. A little bit, at least. No widespread panic, but just like there's movement going on. But you get to the wrought iron gates, and from within the walls, those two guards right by the doors to the manor walk up. Who goes there?
In my best impression of that captain.
Of Barry?
Of Barry. And he was like a kind of a Cockney-esque,
yeah,
right?
Rough London, for sure.
He goes, "Oi! I found this fucking elf sneaking around the docks, trying to pull a fast one and steal some food. So I figured I'd throw him up in the fucking library."
For flavor, spit at the guard's foot.
Fuck yeah! It's like through the gate.
And I give him a good wallop on the...
Fuck.
Oi! Mind your betters.
One of the guards shakes their head, and the one who was speaking goes, "That's damn right. You'll speak when spoken to, knife here. You understand me? Spit again and you'll find the nasty end of my short sword." You caught a feisty one, Captain. Good work.
Aye.
Hang on. The Lord will be very pleased to hear about this, because this one looks well trained. We might get something out of this yet.
It gave me a good scrape, but nothing I can.
Clink, 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 clink. The main gates open, and they sort of beckon you in. As you're passing by them, that same guard says, "You don't think this is the one that caused all the ruckus by the bell tower, do you?"
I don't think it is. It looks rather grubby, so I think we're fine.
There's been a murder, you heard, right?
No murder. No.
Oh, yeah, nasty business. They done in the bell ringer. Don't know why you killed her.
Bell ringer?
Yeah. Who's going to tell the bloody time now? We're all fucked.
Oh.
Trade's going to be a mess tomorrow.
They haven't got no shadow to fucking learn that.
Disrespectful, really. Now, off to the library. You know the shelf?
Oh, yeah. I know the shelf. Oh, remind... which book is it in it?
You cut out a bit.
Which book is it? They've had me on dock duty.
Oh, well, dock duty. Why are they relegating a man of your talents to the docks is an absolute palaver.
I'm just here to do a job.
Second floor, the tome about benefits of a scientific mind. By some Ponce Calanthus author. You'll know it's got a dark blue cover.
Oh, yeah, I remember it now. I just need to jog me, man.
Yeah,
Thanks,
sure.
Hey, for that, the point tonight's on me.
You mean it?
Oh, yeah, I'll meet you across the street.
You're not sober anymore?
Talking about my miss. Don't take it. Everyone's. I'm under control.
If it's on you, it's on you.
Aye. And maybe I will have a drink. I'll just say that.
Listen.
For being a stand-up guy.
What happens in the barracks stays in the barracks. You know that, Captain.
Aye. It does.
He gives you a little wink and opens the...
That's exactly what I wanted to hear from.
Opens the main double.
Oi! Anyway, Homelander's gone.
Oi.
His bollocks me wife. He makes me so. Oi. Oi.
Don't nick me, little boy, from right under me.
Right on that.
Oh my god. The butcher, canonically, the guard, now the butcher, opens up the doors.
Bury the butcher?
Yeah.
Bury the butcher.
Well, that's...
Didn't he sound like this?
Who was absolutely butchered, I will say.
Yeah.
He opens these doors, and you get led in, as they close the doors behind you, to the main entrance floor of the Pirin Manor.
All right.
So it goes boom behind you. And Kyle, I haven't been doing it, but this is another fat music change for inside the manor. This is an expansive, beautiful, almost Baroque style hall. It's rectangular in shape. There's a big old rug right in front of you depicting like this. It's, again, almost in that classically Turkish or Persian rug style, but it's done like a mural now, this rug, which shows the sun rising over the whole Coalition coastline. This beautiful blue-red rug that's splayed out in front of you. The centerpiece of the room are this grand semicircular staircase that lead up to the second floor of this of the main hall. That leads up to an upper balcony of the main hall as well. But clearly from here you can see the only door on the upper balcony is dead ahead of you, across from the main. If you've just come in the main doors, there are doors on the second floor completely parallel from you. There are 2 guards, one at the base of each set of stairs. And then in the little opening that is left by the staircases, there's like a small pocket sort of in front of the rug. There is a oversized, large, perfect marble bust of it's just from like chest up, wearing a fur-trimmed half cloak, hair slicked back, hawk nose, deeply set eyes, bushy eyebrows, this imperious expression, and cheekbones that could cut glass. This marble bust sitting there. On the ground floor with you, there is an entranceway on the left wall and an entranceway on the right wall. And based on, I'm just going to give you the because you were pointed this by Alexi before, the tower you are looking for, based on what you just entered, the main door, would be somewhere to your left.
Oi.
As you enter, those 2 guards, both, they clearly haven't seen you be beckoned in, they just give you a nod, but don't otherwise give you any trouble.
Or just give him an oi.
You get some like hackles raised towards you, Keno, some like eyebrows being shot, some sneers cast your way, but no immediate acts of aggression either.
Kind of rough.
I throw back some steely glances.
Just like a fucking from under the... Have you got the mask back up as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just you are mean mugging it all the way through.
I go, all right, this way, knife, yeah. And I roughly go.
Okay.
And in my head, I say, where the fuck is this library?
It's in the South Tower.
To the left, to the left.
Someone the main room in the South Tower. Not usually guarded.
Okay. I head to the first door that I see.
Yeah, I mean, you head into that left passageway. It's no mean feat. You walk straight through a corridor with some little vases and such, and some paintings that might be better at home in a fancy hotel somewhere in the modern day and age. But after the small hallway, you open up into this beautiful smelling rectangular library that clearly takes up the bulk of this southern tower. There's that stained glass circular window you can see shedding some beautiful dappled light onto the main reading / work desk that's on the well, just to show you here. This is the room. You've entered in from this side here. Light is shining onto this desk. Seems like that's why the window is there. There are books lining the walls everywhere, both on the first floor here, then up some ladders in the back of the room to the second floor. Again, there's like a balcony running around the entire chamber. Just books upon books upon books, scrolls. However, sitting at the table, not a guard, but with a big book with some beautiful painted and gilded illustrations on it, is a young human boy in exquisite clothes. Just reading there, thumbing things over. And as you walk in, he looks up. Ah! Hello, Captain Barry.
Oi, how's my little lord?
I'm all right. Thank you for asking. Who's your friend here?
Oi, this guy. He just was sniffing around the docks. I figured I'd...
You cut off after docks.
Ah, fuck! He was sniffing around the docks. Look.
You cut off after docks again.
Damn it!
He was looking around the docks, looking to steal some food. Is this better?
Yes, much, actually.
Excellent. He was looking around the docks, looking to steal some food. So I thought, oi. If I just say oi before every word, it's the impression, right?
Let's do it. Why not?
Oi.
It's essentially
Alright, am I just gonna do this? Wait a second. Does this sound good?
It kind of works, yeah. It's kind of sultry.
I just have to get right up on this little guy.
No.
Hello.
Don't test me. Don't test me.
We just lost 10 viewers right then and there. Gone.
But my god. But for that that loud voice, we just gained a few more.
Well, why are they? This is not our holding. Shall I go get father?
Oh yeah, I'll go let him know after. I'm just gonna put him in the hole.
Then why did you bring him here?
Oh, I'm gonna. You know, he's. You know what? I'll go find your father. Don't worry about it.
No, it's okay. I was done here anyway. And he closes the book, which is.
Oh, hey, what you reading there?
One of my favorites. He holds it up in big, over-exaggerated cursive, Myths and Legends of the Prime.
I remember reading that. I remember reading that as a kid. What's your favorite?
I don't know if I've decided on a favorite yet, but I do like the one where they pulled the islands. That one's nice to read about.
That's a good one. I always like those stories.
Really nice. And the pictures are sort of quite enchanting as well. Okay, do you need any books?
I'm looking for
I'm looking for one. I actually been meaning to read one on in quick ping in the head. What's the name of it again? Or what was the book? Woody has forgotten.
Alexia doesn't know. It's the one about science, applied sciences.
I'm trying to better my Nope. I'm trying to better my learning. Is there one about science? Or no? Where's the science section in here? You know I.
Oh, mathematics, engineering, and applied sciences would be up there on the second floor.
Aye, little lord. Thanks.
All right.
You want to play jacks later?
I might be a child, but I'm not sophomoric.
I'm just asking if you want to do some any playing any later. You play jacks, right?
He squints at you. No. And then he leaves.
Shit.
Taking the book in his arm.
Right. As he walks out, I just say in Sal's voice, go, fuck. And let's move.
Okay. So you're just heading straight up the ladder in the back of the room?
Straight up the ladder to the roof.
So again, as that crisp, beautiful, like old book smell just radiates through the air, you head up the ladder. Again, there are no guards in this room, seemingly, so the pair of you are free to drop the performance a little bit. Head up the back ladder, round the side, and look for the section of it's like when you go into or you see like legal procedurals and you go into the lawyer's office and it's like the most banal looking books that all look the same from a lexicon of stuff. Sorry, Rachel. It's
the same brown law book.
Yeah. It's a ton of that, and then like one great big dark blue book in the middle of this shelf. Couple other little slightly different colored books around, but like that's the book that sticks out. Again, in white ink along the back side. Whatever I said before, essentially like theoretical and applied sciences of coalition engineering.
Sick.
That's not the name that I said outside, but it's the name I'm saying.
Yeah, but whatever that is.
Fuck
it. Do I just kind of pull the book?
You pull the book, and it comes out fully in your hands. Shit. However, in the space behind it, there is a small, like, little weird divot in the wood.
Weird divot.
Turn the book the other way.
Oh. Nice. I do that.
You turn the book the other way, you put it back so the spine is inside and the pages show outward. And as the pages show outward, what's both of your passive perceptions?
Passive? 12.
15.
Perfect. You don't really notice it, Sal, because you're pushing it back in, but Keno, as you're watching Sal do it, on some of the pages of the book, you can see weird little tiny flecks of red marring the white pages. But you put the book back in, spine inside, there's as the divot meets the book's, the spine of the book, the bookshelf moves out and aside, revealing a dimly torchlit stone passageway with some smoothed out stairs spiraling upwards. And other than that visual, the first thing to hit you is the rank smell.
Oh, shit.
No good.
Oh. All right, let's head down.
It's up.
Oh, let's head up.
Okay. So,
making my way. Do you sense anyone psychically?
I reach out and just see if I can feel any minds up and behind us. Anybody? Just like try to sense the signatures. You mean roll anything for that perception?
Yeah. Let's do just a general perception.
It's not good. That's going to be a 10.
Yeah. Yeah, with a 10, I'll say there's nothing. You don't receive any resonance pinging back towards you.
Okay. All right. Up we go.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
You head up this spiral stairs. That, like, dark, rich, like, coppery, salty, rank tang pervading the air, getting thicker and thicker as you walk up these stairs. The only sound being the flickering of gentle torchlight, which both of you, given your backgrounds, they're clearly enchanted torches. They don't seem to be leaving any ash on the ground, and they don't actually seem to be burning down at all. But there's no windows here up the spiral passageway, just these flickering lights. And as you spiral up and up and up, it's like 8 to 10 minutes of spiraling, because you are headed into the peak of the tower here. And as you round the final corner, you open up into a circular chamber, sort of with a slightly concave floor, mirroring the pointed ceiling. And it is foul. The floor mostly, but it's spattered a little bit on the walls. The floor is what was clearly the same cobblestone that has been made, this whole passageway has been made from, is still slick with old gore. There's little pieces of decayed viscera here and there, stained red completely, splattered somewhere up the walls. There is a small metallic multi-holed drain in the center of the floor that has pieces of hair and other detritus clogging it. And right in the center of the room, held up by 2 metal brackets, is something that looks almost like a thin crucifix. This like cross-shaped wooden table at a 45-degree angle with incredibly heavy-duty open manacles on both the horizontal piece, each end of the horizontal piece, one right where a neck would go, and then at the base of the long bottom piece of this crucifix. On the wall behind that, there is a rack of rusted and foul tools. There are corkscrews and saws and thin scalpel-like blades, scoops and buckets, and other implements. And then next to that, the only perfectly clean thing in the room is a tray of empty syringes, of some crystalline objects, and a couple vials that look filled with what both of you would recognize to be that shimmering blue liquid, lyrium. Ooh. There is also a large leather-bound tome on a reader's plinth off to the other side of the room that seems to be latched, along with an inkwell and a quill.
And there's nobody in here?
There is nobody in here.
Cool. I'm no longer carrying you, Keno. Flip the room. See what we can learn.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Both of you roll me an investigation check.
Yep.
And then tell me what you're each focusing on finding.
You wouldn't believe it.
I would, Drew. I unfortunately would.
I'm starting not to at this point.
At this point? This is the point?
After today, this has kind of been...
All right.
Lou is going to have a field day with these stats.
Yeah, I got a good roll. I rolled 15, and my investigation's +8, so it's a 24 total.
24 total?
Yeah.
Okay, and then a nat 20 plus what for a what?
This was investigation +5 for 25.
Okay, so what are you each looking for, specifically, if you had to decide on something?
For me, all I'm looking at, the tome piqued my interest, and anything can tell me, it's more of who are they talking to? Who's within this? Who knows about this room? Who knows what's going on here? Correspondence, paper goods that I can read, maybe even copy down, or maybe even steal.
Okay, so it sounds to me like you're going to start by flipping through that big tome.
Yep.
Okay, and then Keno?
I'm looking for traces, one of Kalen, and two, of what I can see that they're practically doing with the prisoners here, or whatever.
Yeah.
If I can discern what they're doing.
So, with a nat 20, I'm going to give you two things, Keno. You, first of all, just looking through the tools and knowing what you've been taught about operations where you've had to be sent out here, and like even in human-elven relations, that there are some places where that's achieving that is going to be harder than others. You can gauge that there is some kind of biological experimentation happening here. Forceful biological experimentation. For what purpose it is unclear, but you know that in the past, elves have been A, blamed for various diseases in the mortal states, B, have been experimented on to extract the nectar of life, the ability to live longer, and C, try and connect to the elves' natural prowess for the arcane. Those would be your three big hits based on the kind of tools and the presence of lyrium in this room. With the other thing I'll give you with the nat 20 is you're examining the actual, experimental crucifix itself. As you're looking over it, ingrained in some of the wood isn't just gore or blood, there is something writhing for a moment. And it takes you a second. There's a moment where you think, oh fuck, is this going to be like a maggot or something like that? But as you look closely at it, it isn't something biological or alive that's writhing. There is just a tendril, a little wisping tendril of semi-living shadow wedged in the wood. Something that you are personally and professionally quite familiar with.
Right. Is there a way... Sorry, go ahead.
Because we're gonna go to the book in a second here.
Okay, yeah. I just want to say, is there a way I can take some of that shadow and contain it in something separately?
Yeah. I mean, there are probably one of the empty syringes you could take.
Yeah. All right, I'll try that.
Great. That's going to work perfectly. You could take one of these clean, empty syringes and just sort of extract the little bit of shadow. It almost looks like a sample of like symbiote, right? This like inky tendril that's sort of writhing around. As you extract it, it seems to flicker wildly against the glass. But then once you're done extracting it and you specifically hold it, Keno, it calms. Sal.
Okay.
You start flipping through, you sort of have to like unlatch the book.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big, thick tome, like a really old school dictionary lined in leather that's been laminated with something so that the flecks of clearly grime can be cleaned off it. But as you open it and start flipping through it, there is entry upon entry upon entry. All of them starting with subject is a X, Y, or Z. Subject is a young, masculine wood elf. Little resistance upon being brought to the chamber. Did not last long. Was not able to extract any useful biological data. Entry upon entry upon entry, that's all varying degrees of that. The language has been couched in such a way that it all seems plainly scientific, very clinical, and there is a lack of clarity about what the purpose is. There's no like, we are getting closer to discovering the secret to eternal life here. Just all strict examinations on how the body reacted to certain stimuli and what they discovered within the bodies of these people. How their internal workings were similar, how their internal workings were different. There are a couple entries about that you see from subject is older human female caught stealing from the pantry. Not intended, but used for useful comparisons based on mortal to Üthevhenan cerebral structure. And it isn't until you get to near one of the later entries, in about a third of the way through the book, that you see something that clocks your eye.
And?
Subject is a young wood elf, wreathed in shade.
What does it say?
Resisted initial incisions. Will require further study. Another entry. Having been deprived sustenance and libation for scratched out days. Resistance is becoming more pliable, yet the shade harbored within resists more than the person does. Another entry. After subsequent examination, subject is deemed too valuable and too unique for termination. Unless other subjects can be procured, they will be transported to Facility B. Requisitioning consulate support.
Shit. I call Keno over so Keno can read all this too.
What did he be?
Wherever that is. It's with the consulate. It's with the Falcon Vanguard, the Solarborn. This is bigger. We can't handle this, just the two of us.
Anything interesting you're finding in there?
I was waiting for it.
Just comes a low baritone from behind you. You turn at the top of the stairs. There is a tall man, slender, but still somehow imposing. About 6 feet and change. That fur-trimmed white half-cloak and dark blue, exceedingly expensive tunic. White gloves up to almost the elbow. Grey hair slicked back. Bushy eyebrows. Bones all sharp-edged. He looks almost like the kind of spectre that you would read about in the children's stories that's supposed to drift in through the window at night to whisk away those too ungrateful to enjoy their dinner. That sigil of the cresting boat with the rampant hawk on the sail emblazoned on the cloak.
'Tis fortunate I have a very reputable and law-abiding son. Tell me, what did you expect to find here, assailants? You would begrudge a man his hobbies.
Hobbies.
Information.
There's clanking from behind him as two big, beefy boys walk into the room flanking him. These are not Solarborn, they are not Vanguard Knights, they are in completely black, full plate mail. One with a hammer, one with a large sword at the hip.
Right. Just doing a bit of perusing, a bit of light reading.
As I can see.
I keep meticulous notes. You know, we don't have to come to blows here. We're just trying to find a old friend. So if you could kindly tell us who B is, we won't have to kill you.
Ah, yes. What a great idea. I shall divulge to you the extent of all my hobbies and hard work over the past years. What a scintillating thought. How gratifying it is to be told the right course of action. No, I don't think I will. I'm rather preoccupied at the moment. So I will leave one of my faithful here with you to make sure you don't try anything funny. And I think I'll let you sit here until we figure out what exactly to do with the pair of you. He turns to you, Keno. You're one of those regents, aren't you? I can smell it on you.
Talking about.
I'm certain you don't. I'm sure Consul Durrell will be most pleased to hear that our work is not only producing fruit, but is multiplying by the hour. I look forward to our further conversations. I'm sure you'll both be very good knife ears and stay put while I make the proper arrangements.
Consul Durrell, does that proc any back of my brain memory?
Unless you spent time studying the like system of government in the mortal states, I'm not sure it would.
Okay, never mind then.
the guard with the sword is going to turn, or will wait till. Put it this way: Lord Pirin is going to turn, start heading down the stairs. Once he has turned, the sword guard is going to turn and follow him, as the hammer guard just stands there at the top of the staircase, full helm. Both of the guards in full plated helm.
I do look forward to speaking soon. Don't kill yourselves while we wait.
While all that's going on, I'm talking to you, Keno. How do we want to play this? Do we fight our way out?
If we wait, I think we might be able to get to Facility B by being captured.
I just groan out loud. All right. So they'll take us to Facility B, and we'll escape Facility B.
Unfortunate part is we're breaking our promise to the other elves.
Aye.
As
that's my guys are having, we don't have to do that. Sorry.
Please.
That's all I was saying. That's my initial plan. We don't have to do it, but I think that might be the best way to find it.
Here. Yeah, go ahead.
No,
go
you're
ahead,
gonna. I'd rather you finish your plan.
Just being in the hands of the Vanguard scares me, and if this is just I've heard stories of what they do to people like us. If we're staying here, they could do anything to us. We could get to Facility B, or we could not. They could just chop us up into pieces and learn something. And I'd rather not that.
And do you want to fight your way out?
I don't know if I can.
And that mental conversation,
that moment,
you hear the bookcase from all the way down the stairs slide shut, and the helm-plated guard in front of you with the sword, he pulls the sword out, holds it in the ground.
Welcome to the guest house. You will not enjoy your stay.
And that is where part 2 of Üthevhenan Sons is going to come to an end.
Damn it!
Woo! We are cooking with gas now, boys. I got to tell you that combat on the dock has got to be one of the most visually satisfying combats so far. Like, I could
I was thinking the same thing.
Clearly see all of it.
Everything.
And this fucking rocks. We can do this as much as you guys are able to. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yep.
Ooh, it's fun because we've been dealing with in the Golden Sentinel campaign. We have been seeing a lot of how the elves have been doing harm, where the elves are wrong, where the Üthevhenan government's wrong, and we've been on sort of the side of Valyria and that sort of the vestibules of the coalition, or the vestiges of the coalition. Having you guys explore the other avenue, selfishly as a DM, it's just fun. It's fun to
and learn. It's all bad. It's all bad.
All bad. Everyone's
bad. It's also so cool for the audience because they get to see their initial bias get destroyed.
Yep. Everybody sucks. There was something, I think it was in, I can't remember when Kyle said it, but Kyle, we brought up the Vanguard for the first time the other day, and Kyle was like, oh yeah, they're fucking fascists too.
Yeah.
Like, shall we?
Fascists v. fascists.
It's just like, it's fascist democracy versus fascist magocracy.
Yeah, that's cool, right?
I'd rather take the one with magic.
Yeah. Can I just what? I'm gonna let
you disappeared, Hop.
Because he could hear what we were saying.
You said, "Oh, you're gonna let Alexei hear everything?"
Well, he can. The link is open, and it's from.
You literally keep cutting out mid sentence. It's crazy.
I'm gargling.
I don't
my
know.
mic.
I thought it was just me on OBS, but Drew, it sounds like you're right as well.
Well, something about this. I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Am I cutting out?
No.
Yep. You're good.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'm just doing the wrong side of my mic. Maybe it's that side. I don't know. I just want to be clear. Alexi basically talk about being captured. So I hope he acts accordingly. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep. Could he hear what the others were saying or just what you guys were saying?
Just what in our heads.
Sure. Okay. Were you relaying what you read in the book?
I also heard.
I didn't think about it, but
well, you tell me. I mean, you're not leaving this room anytime soon, so you have time to say a lot of things out loud.
Oh, then yeah, I will. I tell how we learned.
Great. Fuck yeah, guys! This has been a treat. Let's see if we can figure out another time to hit this off.
Yeah.
To maybe get a third session, because I had a brief thought of trying to make this a strict 2-shot, and then decided, no, you guys are doing things the whole way through anyway.
It's just a B plot.
Just not even a B plot. It's a parallel plot.
It's a spinoff.
Yeah.
It's a spinoff. Not even that. It's one of those plots where you're like, it's like there are some shows where like they'll open a season or something with a completely different character, and you're like, and then that plot meets up with it. Or like The Witcher. The Witcher was doing that in the first season, where we had like those different times and those different people we were following, and finally,
if
that's the kind of vibe.
If the Golden Sentinels are Geralt, this is the Yennefer plot.
Yeah.
Is what's happening.
We are hotter, you know.
Yeah, like, it's just the way that it is. I don't make the rules that way.
And two badass assassins, like, come on.
What are they gonna fucking do? Amazing, guys. Thank you so much for playing again today. Thank all of you who are watching or listening to this later. Thank you for tuning in. There is only more to come. So I'll see you guys later. Tell somebody you love them. Till next time.
Do we level up?
Fuck yeah. I'll allow it.
Gimme.
I'll allow it. And you know what? I'm going to apply the rules to you guys that I applied to everybody at home. I think reading this, having this new sense of purpose while you're in that room, Keno, you're much less worse for wear. I don't think you took any damage, actually.
I didn't take any damage, yeah.
But Sal, it applies to both of you. When you level up in this campaign, it's like a video game. You take a long rest.
You heal up.
Amazing.
So you like this, you know, you will not enjoy your stay, and that like the level up goes around. You go, all right, let's fuck around and find out.
Boom.
Fuck yeah, guys.
Right, we'll pick up and maybe we'll just eviscerate this guard.
Pick up at level 4. Let's fucking do it. Till next time.
Make his brain bleed.
See ya.